Hey, well, good evening.
Good evening, y'all.
Just finishing the last post. And never mind us, like the audience. We've got to do our own work around there because the production team is very small.
We're running a bit sparse today.
I mean, so yeah, we're here. Welcome to Set the Trend podcast. It's just the sounds or the platform for street sound culture history, where we look to champion our foregone heroes, some of our heroes. Yeah, I would say some of our heroes. I want to put some respect on, you know what I mean, like some of our people, them's names. You know what I'm saying? See, I don't want them to think that they're willy-nilly around here. You know what I mean? Because some of them have really set trends, and not more so than the gentleman that we got coming up in about 15 minutes' time, DJ Yardy from Hot 97.9, promoter and CEO. Former CEO, should we say, of Bassline 97.9. Looking forward to that one, EastEnder?
I am looking forward to it.
Pause right there. Reggie, are you looking forward to it?
100%, mate. 100%. I'm just looking at some of the people logging in. We've got USA logging in. We've got South Korea logging in.
Okay, so let's keep it there. So, my co-host. Hi, I'm Vibes, and I'm my co-host, Mr. EastEnder. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. You know, I know we've got to be, you know, when we do our podcast, we try and be serious and professional. But you know, you've got like so many different names. Like, is it Vibes or is it Sweet Vibes?
Innit? You're going there today, yeah?
Is it Junior Banton or is it Papa Ray? You know what I really like though? I really like your new name. Yeah. Reverend Ray. I really like that one.
Put some respect on my name, brother.
I really like that one.
Put some respect on my name, brother.
I just gotta say, you know, Breakfast Blues, what you're doing on the Sunday. It's really good. It's, you know, it's got people talking during the show and after the show. And I just think, you know, that feature that you did last week and you run and you got the Bible and you opened the Bible and you spoke like a sermon. Yeah, you know, I liked it. And I'm looking forward to more of it tomorrow. Reverend Ray.
What you shush? Fast. Anyway, Reggie, how are you, sir? Reggie, fast. How are you? How's it?
Sorry, can I just say that's a private joke that we had in the pre-production meeting. Mm-hmm. I knew you'd bring it out. I'm just doing
when you were speaking. Let's just put because you were speaking your natural tongue. Yeah, Creole, yeah. which is a language in Sierra Leone where your parents come from. One of the original lands of our culture. Yeah. One of the original lands where they took slaves from, should I say? But that's not only what it's known for, because it's a beautiful country, and I need to go there. But you was talking in your local cultural
language. Yeah.
Dialect. Yeah, and it was just funny. Just laughed. Fast.
You forgot to mute your microphone.
I know. Anyway, I'm good. I'm all good. You're good. I'm happy.
And it's good. And we're looking forward to tonight.
Oh yeah, indeed. Could have sold tickets for tonight.
Could have done, innit? We should have had a cash app on this.
Oh, what? Well, it's not too late. PayPal.
For how many times we don't put any respect on his name? Like one of us have got to put a tenner in there. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh! I better put my tenner in from now, because the other day I said, we got DJ Yardy coming on. I said, yes, the one with the loud mouth. And he thought to himself, no, I'm more than that. How dare you just call me a loud man?
So are you going to apologize now, or are you going to apologize when he comes on?
You do it later. You got to do it when he's there, innit?
Later, when he's there, you got to be a man. Yeah. So pause that.
Be a man.
And anyway, if you can, first of all, thank those of you who subscribe to our YouTube channel. We reached over 1,000 subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Set the Trend Podcast, please do so. That is the official home of the podcast. Facebook is secondary. It's a first cousin, but the first home of this podcast is on YouTube. So make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. That's where we have not only these when we go live, we also have our stories of our culture, street sounds culture. We have our guests who we interview, and those are all loaded on there. So you can go back and listen to. We've had some fantastic interviews with some fantastic people, DJs from the culture, promoters, and people who you wouldn't even think should be connected to our culture are connected to our culture. So go there, Set the Trend podcast, and subscribe and share and like. We've got Booker T coming up, haven't we? We've also got
Kenny
Sting, and we've also got Everton Roast, all got something to do with the street sounds culture. And I think there's a couple more in there, and I haven't got the list with me, and hopefully
there's a few.
And hopefully that they
done so many you don't remember, mate.
And just before we go anywhere, we're going to run it. We're going to advertise it again, but next week we have a special Valentine's special for you all.
Oh yeah.
Now it is a very special one, and it's top loaded, very top loaded. The guys pulled out all their black books, and not those black books, Eastern. I know what you're laughing for. There we have it. So next week, Freddie Nawaka, he has got his new film out, and he'll be coming on the show to talk about his new film, starring Kane Brown, Judy Love, Vanessa Feltz.
Feltz, yeah.
Feltz, should I say? She's
Ben.
in the film. Ben?
Yeah, from the one who sang that. Hey, what's wrong with you?
Oh yes, he's also in there, and that is also available on Amazon Prime to rent and buy as well as. So if you haven't seen the film and you don't know what we're talking about, go and support Freddie. It's on Amazon Prime to rent and to buy. And we're talking soul, R&B, and slow jams with some great people and some fantastic guests. Alice Bandakravi from BBC London. She reads the news. You might have known her from the news. You might be looking on her face saying, I know that face. That's right. She reads London news, and she's probably, you'll see her 3 or 4 days a week, reading London news at 6 o'clock and telling Londoners what's going on. She's a lover of slow jams music, and we're going to be talking to her and picking her brain about slow jam tunes. And I do hear that Intro are one of her favorite groups, so I do look forward to talking to Alice next week, Saturday. One of the new kids on the block, Alana Maria, she will be in the studio as well, talking to us about her career start, singing soul music, singing the new kind of soul that's going around now. What would you call it, Reggie?
Future soul?
Future soul? Okay.
Trap soul?
Trap soul even. I mean, so she'll be talking to us about that. And Alicia Scott will be also in the building, talking to us about soul music.
And also the fact that she does soulful reggae as well and does a lot of cover songs on reggae.
Away from love.
You can't sing, Reggie. I mean, EastEnder.
That's EastEnder.
EastEnder. And also we'll have a live performance from the US from Cy Smith. Neo Soul artist.
I love Cy Smith, man.
Ooh, her music or her?
Music, obviously.
Music.
Yeah, she's just a bit of a stunner. She's a bit of a stunner. She's a bit of a stunner as well, you know.
Is there something? Pardon? Did he just say she's a bit of a stunner?
Yeah, he did.
What kind of way is that to speak about another woman in that way, eh?
In that way,
she's a beautiful
Put some respect
lady.
on her. Respect.
She's a friend of mine, so we speak openly like that.
Oh yeah, okay. Is that what they say?
We'll answer that next week. We'll answer that next week.
Eastern is definitely finishing at 12 o'clock on Tuesday, then.
So that is next week. And also our Spotify Valentine Set the Trends list of slow jams for 2021 has been launched. Go into Spotify and just search for Set the Trend podcast, and our playlist will come up. 59 tunes for you to be able to play over Valentine's for whoever you want, even for yourself. Doesn't have to be for anybody necessarily. Just thought I'd put it out there, especially with lockdown, and if you're not with anybody, you've got to be on your own, ain't you?
Yeah.
Well, I might have a Zoom date for next week Sunday.
Right, are you that? Go on, Rich.
Virtual rubs.
Well,
It took you a year to get a date. That isn't bad. So if you're on Facebook, can you share the link for us, please? Come on, you know what I'm gonna do. If you can share the link for us, please, on Facebook. If you just come into the podcast, can you share the link? Right, we've got a few things to talk about before DJ Yardy pops up, but we've got about 6 minutes to do it all. DJ Tiny, Stormzy's DJ. Reggie, do you want to run me down on that? He's been sacked from Capital One Extra.
Yes, it's a thing called payola. What happened is Tiny apparently sent out, replied to some people who are independent makers of music, and sent out an email offering for them to get 2 weeks worth of plays for £200. So basically £100 per play on his Friday night show. And subsequently, as a result of that, a young producer who shared it on the internet via Twitter. It went viral. Capital Radio sacked him immediately. And also he had to write a letter of apology. And obviously it's against the Ofcom regulations. Capital Extra themselves could have got into trouble. But I think they've kind of like drawn a line there in regards to not actually fining the station as well. But
isn't that something that, I mean, don't you do that as well as a
no,
radio plugger?
No, I don't. Actually,
can I just say,
this is the second time I've had to say this today. I'm actually speaking about this subject because I did an interview.
I'm getting all nervous. He's getting all nervous now.
I did an interview earlier on today, and the same thing. But basically, I have, it is frowned upon to be doing that here in the UK. It was a big thing in America. It still goes in America. As I understand, it still happens here in the UK, but under the table, and in different guises. But me personally, I've never ever paid a DJ to play a record with cash, or asked the DJ to pay, or asked a client for money to pay a DJ.
So how do you I'm not going to say, how do you twist a DJ's arm to play a record that you're plugging?
Well, that's the whole point of me earning my money as a plugger, isn't it? I'm not going to tell you, am I? No, I'm only joking. Literally, it's about relationships. First of all, it starts off with having a good record. If you have a good record,
they play that all day long.
Then they'll get, that's how you kind of like initially get a play from a record. But you have to remember, us as pluggers, what we're doing, we're serving the artist and the label or whoever it is who haven't got the time to get around 100 stations, for the week to be sending out their music to people.
Okay, but Reggie, we haven't got long, but I'm going to cut to the chase. But don't you pay them in a way that you'll take them out to dinner, maybe smooch them and kind of get them?
I think that's a bit different, because
curry favor.
No. The dinner side of it is about actually building a relationship with the artist and the DJ. So it's known to introduce a DJ to an artist, and maybe you might go for a coffee with an artist so they can articulate and endear themselves to a particular DJ who you might want as a champion for your artist. And
good evening.
That's it.
Well, let's say good evening to one of our guests who's just put something in the chat room. So de jour, he says, hasn't the big executives been doing that for years? And well,
I personally haven't heard of anybody who has paid a DJ directly. What I know I've done is we've paid a radio station to power play a record before, and on community radio. But when you go into legal radio, it's a bit blurry. The lines are a bit more blurred, and I personally haven't seen anybody or heard of anybody that has been paid by a record label to play a record.
Well, you pause that there because I think we've got an ex-radio executive coming on, and you mentioned a power play, so maybe that's at the point where we are.
Can I just distinguish between legal radio and community pirate radio? They're two different entities, and they come under different rules and regulations. So I just want to point that out before you try to throw me under the bus and try to destroy my reputation.
No.
As a radio plugger.
We're just using your expertise to find out how it works.
Honestly, we all know it goes on. I personally don't know. artists come to me and independent artists come to me and say to me, well, why isn't such and such playing my record? I say to them, because they don't like the record. Can we give them money to play the record? No, I don't do that, and I don't get involved in all that stuff. I know artists that have gone on to go and do such a thing and haven't had the results that they expected and had their fingers burnt in that way. But me personally, it's not something I encourage. It's not something I entertain, because I believe a record should stand up on its own strength, and it should be organic on its own merit.
Okay, thank you, Reggie. That was a very long. What's it called? When you're in court.
By the way, it's Bob Marley's birthday today,
and they stand up. Yeah, on that note, it is Bob Marley's birthday. It is Bob Marley's birthday, so big up King Bob Marley, known as the king of reggae music. So big up. I don't know, it would have been what? Is it 60, 70 odd? I think he would have been.
Yeah,
I'm right.
78 minus 30.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, he would have been 70 odd though. I didn't even know he was that old until I heard this week. So big up Bob Marley. Also, while we're there, Reggie, you said you was on the Universal show this morning. So big up Special. Okay, I saw you on the Universal show this morning. You didn't write it in the black book saying that you was going to go and do other business, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, have you got a management contract?
Haven't you read your small print?
Which
Obviously
small
not.
print?
Yeah.
What, the one behind you? It says Inside Soca. I gave the podcast a plug.
No, that's cool, but you should have let us know, because I
wasn't on there for Set the Trend though. I was on there for about the music business. I very rarely go on the radio interview. I very rarely do interviews.
Want to support you.
We would have tweeted it, shared it, liked it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Cheers.
Yeah. So don't be frightened next time. Tell the lads we are your brothers. Fast.
and Bob Marley would have been 76 years old. So thank you, Paul Maddox, and thank you, Alton Alexandra.
Right. So people on Facebook and on YouTube. Before I do that, let me not forget my one of my friends, one of an icon for our community. He's not only an icon for our community and street sounds community, he's also an icon for footballers, black footballers. He's an ex-Chelsea player, and Paul Canaval, one of our own. We've had him on the podcast on one of the lives just before Christmas, October or so. He's very ill in hospital, and so if you can all send some prayers for Paul Canaval, the first black player to play for Chelsea Football Club. Also, he used to play GQ sound with Viber Bernard back in the day. So big up all the North London crew. And so our prayers and thoughts are with Paul Canaval, who's in hospital right now. And he's struggling a little bit, so he needs our help as well. You know what I mean? So
prayers on top of more prayers for Paul. Yeah, definitely.
Right. Let's get to it. We've got a show tonight, and I really do like this gentleman who's coming up. I've known him for a long while. He's another gentleman who set the trend in various ways that he's going to come on to explain to us. He helped a lot of people with their career, and he's going to come on and talk the things about that, about his entertainment business, about his promotion business, and about a station that is probably well known in our community in London. At any one time, it was probably the number one station in London. And Hot 97.9, we're talking about Bassline FM. And DJ Yardy was also one of the hottest commodities on the breakfast show as well at one time. And he's going to tell us all about his story. So let's bring DJ Yardy, put some respect on his name. On to Set the Trend.
Claps and all, isn't it?
Yeah. Nothing better than starting with a laugh, man. Nothing better. Yeah. Good night, gentlemen. Good night. Man has no respect.
Now, before we start, let's just get it right. There's 2 weights tonight's going to go. And anybody knows Yardy, you won't know what weight's going to go until he's ready to tell you what weight it's going. So, just to make sure everybody knows, I have water. And just in case it goes flat, I have drink as well. Just in case.
and it's funny you said that, because guess what? I've got my popcorn. So, yeah.
All right. What you holding, Reggie? What you got?
I got my hot sauce.
Pepper.
Oh shit!
So yeah.
Oh my days.
It's gonna be mad.
How you been, mate? How you been? We haven't seen you for a long time. You don't come out on to the dances on a regular basis and anymore. So what you been up to?
Well, I've just been holding it down, working, got a little business, family business more. I'm what you call a family man now, man.
You was always a family man. You was always a family man, though, bro.
No, well, you gotta remember, I didn't have no kids them days.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
yes,
you gotta remember.
I remember.
So, let's put the record straight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So when we talk about those days, and big up DJ Mex, who's in the building as well.
Mex, you're done though.
When we talk about those days, let's take it back. Where did those days start from? I don't know. Is it DJ Yardy or was it Paul? When did you transcend into DJ Yardy from Paul?
All right, let's get something straight. It's been Yardy from I've been 13, 14. DJ Yardy came from Bassline. The DJ went in front of it at Bassline. My nickname Yardy was given to me by my bona fide RIP Shaka Skeng. Yeah, he gave me that name. 13, 12, around them times. Second or third year.
What was you, a Cockney Yardy?
No. Them times it was a different game. a different way of life. You know, when you got enough Jamaicans that are born here that can speak English, yeah? You know them ones. I'm born here, don't get twisted, I'm born in England. But it's a nickname. It's a nickname. Behavior and other things, yeah, it's a nickname.
Okay, so we won't go to the other things at the moment. So when did you get interested in the music business then?
Well, that's funny because the first sound I was involved with, I never listened to until I was 15 because my dad would let me out. I was involved with a sound called Love and Unity. Helped build it, put money into it. We had speakers, everything, but couldn't rave. My old man weren't on it. And I think I touched the first Love and Unity dance when I was about 14. Yeah. And that's when my mum and dad split up. So that's when the gate came open and, you know, them kind of things can occur. Yeah. So I went out then. But yeah, my first sound was 13, 12, Love and Unity. Me, Big T, Smiley, Winston, Digo. Who else was there? Carton. Yeah, I think that was the first set. Then we left, we evolved, because them days we was a lovers rock sound. Dealing with house parties and blues, you know, rub up with the girls then. So now we've got
some more rubs.
Yeah, you know, well, I don't know if you know about rubs, but yeah.
No. I'm too young.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But listen, so from that we evolved because the mic business came into the scene. A lot of man was starting to spit. Yeah, Saxon going on. Them days, Stereograph, Frontline. Who else is there? There's a bag of sounds that was going on them days, all right? So we had enough man that used to follow us. And then where we used to rave a lot as a crew, and the sound was a different thing, we had another name, and that was Nightlife. So as Nightlife, we raved. And then what happened, because of them man that MCing on Love and Unity, the name never really worked. So we evolved and we became Nightlife. At that time, we was more of a reggae sound. So we've jumped from lovers rock house party to a dancehall sort of sound. But we could play anything. We could do the Christians and the parties. We had enough mic man them days. That was, you know, around. Colonel used to come around still and chat on the sound.
And
So
that's Daddy Colonel, is that?
yeah.
Daddy Colonel from Saxon, yeah.
Yeah, we went to the same school, Kingsdale.
Mm-hmm.
So them days we had Dungy, Bullet, Willie Kong, Ranks D, Cassafras. There's a bag of man still.
Those are those are proper soundman name, aren't they?
They're proper
soundman name there.
Well, we used to play with Coxon in the New Library in West Norwood. So that was the level. That's the level that nightlife got to.
Who was selecting at that time? Who was selecting? Who was the selector at the
time?
Coxon?
Big T. I was away.
Okay, but who was the selector on Coxon at the time?
That's Fathead. Whoever was doing Fathead and Tenafly time, because it was Tenafly that was on them times.
Probably Gappy, maybe Gappy then, innit? Maybe Gappy.
Yeah, it should have been Gappy. Yeah. But that man there was playing in the library, and I had a little holiday. Came back from a holiday. Weren't really interested in the music business, and I was more chilling at home. And my oldest friend on the planet wouldn't stop bugging me, to rave.
I like your oldest friend on the planet being who?
Mark, Mark, the general, This brother wouldn't stop, and he was like, "Yardy, the dance has changed." Because, like, you know, when you're just a personality, when you lot go out, there's certain man you can go out with, and 3 man can come in like 30 man in a party. They bring up ambience, they bring a vibe. Yeah, that's mainly the sort of guys we were. Mark, me, there was a bag of us, But when we go out, wherever we went, we can make a party that's rubbish, a party boom. Not because we took the mic or none of that. It's just, we just come with the ambience. So Mark was bugging me and saying, "Yo, you got to come to the dances now. We're playing on this soul scene." And I kind of got into soul now. But before I went away, I was more on the reggae. So I was like, allow it, man, allow it. I'm chilling, man, I'm chilling. But it kept going on. I made a move one night. I followed him to a dance. I never come home till about 10 the next morning. Now, when I stopped raving, 8 o'clock was that was a blinding dance. So me to leave a dance at 10 and I ain't even moaned at that. Bro, I got the bug. I just wanted to be back in the game.
So what kind of sounds was you raving to now on this soul scene at the time?
Wherever Mark went, mate. Wherever Ivor was going, man. Wherever they went. He took me warehouses, blues dances, wherever the scene was. You understand? And then I caught up in a couple of your dances too. Yeah, because I was coming into your dances then, because anybody who knows me back in the day, before I was even involved in this thing, I could move from south to east to west to north for one night raving. Yeah, man was raving like that from when we was young, so it was normal for us. People was like, "Man, how you lot driving around?" That's how we are, man. We go party where party's good. So Mark brought me back out, got the bug, and then me, Big T, and Beaver hooked back up again. Well, Big T is original from Nightlife and Love and Duty. We hooked back up again, and then we made Traffic. So we came with Traffic, started doing our thing with Traffic. Things was going on good. We used to play with like Extra Classic, Sweet Success. What's the other one? What's Rudy Ranks in South and West London?
Twin Spin.
No, yeah. Is it Twin Spin?
What's his name? I can't remember the sound though. What was the sound?
Something Connection.
Oh, okay.
From West London. I forgot what it's called.
Somebody will put it in the chat room in a sec.
Anyway, yeah. So we was bouncing as Traffic from West and in South. Yeah, and we was doing good. And a silly little disagreement occurred between us, and I decided to part ways. And then I made up Traffic Jam. And that's now with...
So hold on. So it was Traffic, you left, and then you made Traffic Jam. So that was very original of you. Actually,
no, but you see, there's two reasons to that at the time. One was stubbornness. 2, there was specials, right? That we had bought. Different people had paid for, right?
Yeah, so
now,
you wanted to continue using them.
Yeah, so there was that, plus the promotion of the name. I couldn't afford to just come back out there fresh again. And who's this? So I had to have something to bounce off. But it made more politics, being brethren, and we partied. I just said, all right, cool. Then I made Reminisce. But Traffic was me, Traffic Jam was me, Wiley, Spitter, and Mex. And Mex.
Can you remember, just for the document, because we like to document these things. That's what the trend is really about. Can you remember what year that was? Traffic. Can you put a year on? Can you put a year on it?
Oh, Jesus Christ, man!
That was the early 90s, wasn't it?
That's early 90s, yeah. That's definitely early 90s because
91, 92.
Bruv, this way you're gonna mash. Remember, man's rave hard, you know. In them days, man was raving hard.
Yeah, we can see.
Yo, bruv, I'm looking younger than enough, man. I see enough man with all bald head. Look, I still got hair. I still got my locks, yeah? No grey, no dye. Yeah? Don't get cheeky up in here.
So Rudy Ranks has just put in the sound was called Intimate Connection.
That's it.
Thank you, DJ Ali, for that. and Pamela Ellen says 1991.
Thank you, Pam. See?
1991.
Right.
So
now, go on.
So you've now gone into Reminisce in 1991. Yeah?
No.
That was still Traffic.
That's still Traffic.
When
Reminisce is about 93. If that's 91, the Reminisce has got to be about 93.
So from Traffic Jam, you went to Bassline then? Or you went on Bassline? No.
From Reminisce.
No, I was Reminisce. Before I even come to Bassline, I already had a dancehall circuit. I was doing dances. And I already had a crowd. I was doing my thing. And Spitter and Wiley were on Bassline on a Saturday night. And them man was the ones that would say to me, come and do a radio show. And I'm like, nope, not interested. Nope, because I'm more interested in business, money, chasing money, business. And I'm like, I ain't on the radio thing, man. You know me already. I'm like, I'm an entertainer, yes. But I want to do something where I've got control of and I can see what I want to generate from something. And at the time now, I was going studio a couple of times when we weren't playing out on the Saturday because I'd be at the dance before them lot come. Mm-hmm. So if it was a night where we weren't playing out, there was a few, and I'd come to the studio and I watched them lot, and them lot would go on the mic. No, I sit down and watch them lot. Now at the time, I've got to tell you, look now, Spitter and Wiley was on Bassline. Spitter come on the radio and was the first reggae DJ that was mixing back to back.
Pause 1 second there because we've had the first fire of the night from Fire Lion. He says that you still owe him a night's wages.
Who's Fire Lion?
He's in Jamaica at the moment.
Fire Lion.
Yeah.
Tell me, hey, ask Fire Lion what dance.
I think his name is Yankee. Do you remember something called Yankee?
Yankee, yes.
Yeah. That's Fire Lion.
That's Fire Lion.
Yeah.
Oh God, Yankee said he joke, man. Yankee said he joke.
So actually, sorry. My bad. Fire Lion is not Yankee. It's a Mazza.
That's what I was gonna say.
Mazza,
it can't be.
It's Yankee. Sorry.
Yeah, because if it's I only know one Yankee.
He's in America. Cool. He's in America. Yankee's in America. Apologies.
Okay. Big up Yankee, man.
So, sorry. You were saying there at that time.
Where were we?
About Bassline. So they were trying to get you on Bassline, and then
Yeah. So first of all, I wanna make sure man understand what Spitter and Wiley did. Spitter and Wiley, like them man there at the time. I think was Get Rich on there then. No, I think Get Rich came a little after. Yeah. They come after. So Wiley and Spitter were like the first DJs now that are behaving outside the regular broadcasting behavior. You got Spitter mixing back to back, and then they'll play a version and bust up the place with jokes and little laughter and give off 2 promotions, and then Spitter would go again. And he'd do this on 1 rhythm track. So if there's 1 rhythm track and there's all 8 pieces, he'll play them 8 pieces, bust them 8 pieces to the next ad break. Them man would spin the version and start chatting. Them man were the first that started juggling reggae on the FM band. Yeah, I remember back in the day, you had time. This was in the, whenever it was on the radio.
92.
Bassline. That's 93, 94, isn't it?
9, yeah.
It's got to be what? Bruv, my dates are terrible, fam. Yeah. Tell Spitter, if you're listening, send in a text, man. When did you start? Yeah. Or Mex, because them man, they're like computers, bro. So, that man was doing that. And then one Saturday night, G Money came in there. And then I was like, yo, this is G Money, you know, wait. I said, yeah, what's going on in that? He goes, you know how much I've heard about you, blah, blah, he's talking.
So hold on. So just to say, G Money at that time was one of the members who owned Bassline, along with, there was about three other partners at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah, there was him, I think there was Kojak, him, Bronx, Barry G, and his cousin. What's his name again? I forgot G Money's cousin. Bloody hell, man.
And BC, wasn't it? And BC owned it as well, didn't it? Are we still billing the
PC, yeah, PC. Romantic Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up Romantic, man. I can't forget Romantic, man. Big up Romantic. Yeah, them man, they owned it. So at this stage now, G Money was just chatting to me about, yo, you ever thought about radio? I said, nope. I said, nah, man, you must speak about it. Nope. So anyway, time went on. I came in there again. No, I must have come at Spitters in the day. And G Money was at Spitters. So he's there chatting and he's going, bruv, why don't you just come and do one show? See how it goes. And Spitter was going, nah, man, just do a show, Yard. So I'm saying to him, all right, let me say something to you now. I am not going in there to sit down and say, this tune is by blah, blah, blah. It was made in nah. I'm not doing it. So if you want me to go on the radio, I'm going to do me. That is it. I can't say nothing else. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do something where I feel comfortable and my time will pass and I'll enjoy it. So he's on the thing like, well, boy, just do it. Let's see where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not really want to know what the first show was like?
Yeah, we do. Come on, tell us.
It was off in 10 minutes.
Oh, good. All right. He gave me a Monday night. He said, yeah, play some Red Groove. 2 hours. And it was EastEnders time. What was it? 8 till 10 or? Yeah. No, 7 till 9. No, 7 till 9. Yeah, 7 till 9. So it was during EastEnders. And I'm looking at him and I'm saying, wow, you're giving me a tester show with EastEnders. Them times EastEnders used to pop off. Everyone watching EastEnders. I said to him, you know what? Good. It's a challenge. Let me go and do this show. So anyway, I went and done this first show. In the end, doing me in it, and I've had a couple of calls come in saying, yeah, nice music, bro, but can you talk less on the mic? Me being me, and this is the first show, you know, I'm like, I've started my rubbish already that may be popular on Bassline. I've stopped the record and I've gone like, listen, people, there is more than one pirate radio station on the dial, you know. Right now, if you find I'm talking too much, you can switch it, you know. You ain't got to stay there. So I started with them sort of humors, and some liked it, some didn't. And it was, for me, it was enjoyable because I could get to be me. And G Money got some calls and said, yo, I love that geezer's music, but can't you get him to keep quiet? So G Money come chat to me and said, boy, you know, you got enough props for the music, but I said, G, yeah, if you want me to do this thing, you're gonna leave me alone. I can understand, I can cool it down a bit, but you're gonna have to leave me and let me do me, you know. So in the end, he said, go ahead and do your thing. That was my first show.
Now, when you say it was a Monday evening, you didn't get much shows, because I remember that Bassline didn't hardly ever get to Monday.
No. Monday was the last night. Monday was the last night. I will see you again on Friday night.
Yeah. If you were, yeah, that's right, because they was a bit inconsistent in the beginning. In the beginning. So at what point? So that was then. So then, at what point did you? So from that point, was this the point that you was liking it? Was this the point that you was interested? Was this the point that, you know, it got you going, that you wanted, that you'd had the taste for more?
Do you know what? I've always enjoyed dances. Straight, first and foremost. I've always enjoyed dances. And dances for me was bread and butter, and it's where I love to be most. Yeah, I love raving. I've been raving from a youth for years. Yeah, when we was younger, the places we used to rave was unreal. Yeah, I've been raving for years. So radio didn't really take me until, what show really? When I started Three Wise Men, that's when I really took radio.
Yeah, but wheel back a minute. Wheel back a minute. Because yeah, there's a couple of things. Now, you came to me to come onto Bassline, and that was before Three Wise Men. So there must have been a point when you started then saying, well, I'm going to reach out to certain other people to come on the station, that this love for radio must have started kicking in.
Well,
or was it business? Or was it business?
There was 2 points to this, right? 2 points to this. First point was, when you came to Bassline, me and you already hooked up. Yeah, this is prior to the politics. Yeah, where this is where them man there ban you from playing. Yeah, and I can't.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean they banned him from playing?
Well, put it this way. All right, let me give you the breakdown. Raymond's birth was in with the rare groove scene. Yeah, that's what I call it, right? Because this is before Premier League and all this crap start. So we'll talk about that when it gets to it, right? This is before Premier League. So Raymond's birth was in a certain environment. That environment locked him out. Okay. Now, at that time, Raymond had manager, you know. You know Raymond had manager. Yeah. Raymond had manager. Big up Barry Bam. Yeah. Right. Now, when he got locked out of everything. So he's in a position now where he's not taking dances, he's not promoted. Yeah. So he's kind of in a space where he's never been. Now, at this time, I've got dances going. I'm doing my thing. I've got people backing me. Yeah, big up all those that have followed me throughout my industry. All those that jumped off at any stage. You're never forgotten. You understand? Big up all of those. All the man them in the shadows. Big up. All those girls that back me. Big up. Yeah? At this stage now, Raymond's he's in an isolated space. So I came over to Raymond. Well, if you want to call it safe, you can call it safe. I ain't going to call it safe. I know Raymond from Raymond was little. Yeah, Raymond was a youth when I know Raymond. So are you I know when Raymond was wearing shorter than 3/4 pants. That man was wearing shorts. Yeah. Don't forget, you know that anyway. Yeah, you and BY used to look like twins. Anyway. So we're at a stage where I've linked Raymond. I've said, listen, follow me. Let me show you a thing. I'm going to show you how to keep dance. Me and you are going to have a promotion between us. Yeah, we're going to build something that's going to draw the attention of everybody. You understand? And when I mean it's going to draw the attention, they're going to come back for you. Yeah, my man's looking at me and I'm saying, yo, Bridget, I'm telling you now, they're going to come back for you because they're going to want to break what we build. And the only link they've got to break it is you, because I don't owe none of them, man. They're nothing. So that man can't link me. Yeah, I already know where. This thing can only work out 2 ways. We bust, he goes. We bust, he stays. So I've already worked out where this thing can go. So bam, I brought Raymond in. We did Kiss and Tell. And we started doing some good turn-ups, good numbers. Yeah. Then G-Money.
Hold on. Where were some of the clubs that we used to promote at the time?
Oh, fucking hell.
Language.
All right, sorry. Right. Them times you got... Oh, man.
Focus over each.
Focus was Kiss and Tell, yeah. Oh, my God. We even went short, and we even, we even did a dance in Woolwich, you know. We've gone places. You see, when we did Kiss Hotel, before we got Bassline, we were mainly doing house dances. And we did a couple of little warehouse places. Yeah? Like, you know, the infamous one, the cricket ground.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you about this dance here. This is the first time that I've been in a dance and it's got held up properly, and like you've got it was a couple of local gangsters, so they came to the dance and we were playing. It was Fifth Avenue. I think it was the Bad Boys. I'm not sure if it was Latest, but it could have been Latest. I'm not sure if EastEnder was there and he was in Latest then. It was did you book that night, Yardy?
Bruv. All I can remember is you and Bad Boys are on there.
Yeah. So we were playing music.
I think Prime Time could have been on there. Stevie could have big up Andy Long and Stevie.
Yeah, and they're in the chat, so maybe Stevie can tell us whether or not. So anyway, we had this dance, and I don't know what happened. So these two local gangsters, big time gangsters at the time, still they came to the dance, and Yardy had his security on the dance, which was, for all those who remember, Ninja from Granaries. And he was holding the door for like Yardy. And I'm going to jump off of this at a certain point, and Yardy's going to finish it off. So I don't know what happened, but Ninja wasn't letting them in anyway. And it was in Brixton. Dulwich is more or less Brixton, and they weren't having it. So they said, we'll be back. Right?
It was Dulwich Village, man. It was Dulwich Village. It was in the heart of Dulwich Village.
That village, which is next to Brixton. So it's their ends anyway. You get me? As far as they're concerned. So I don't know. So I'm there, and I'm playing music at the time. And Barry White was on the mic at the time. I don't know if Snoopy was about or Hollywood was. I can't remember. All I know that Barry White was on the mic. So I'm playing the tunes. Next minute, I hear like a brother nudge me. And like I'm like, So I've looked up, and there's a brother there in a motorcycle helmet. I can't remember how he had these things, but he had something. You get me? And he's like, "Yo, rude boy, I love the way you play music, but you have to lock that off now." I went, "Okay." So I just immediately, when he said that, I immediately dragged up the music and stepped back on the wall like this. Yeah, this time Barry White is still chatting. Barry White's just got the music's got jacked up. Barry White's still chatting lyrics. So the brand had kicked in. Barry never noticed nothing. Yeah, and then when Barry looked up and he saw the two of them, all you heard was "Proc" the mic.
Drop mic.
Mic drop, boys. All right.
It's even funnier when you hear the sound tape of that, yeah, and you hear the mic drop about, and you know what? It's even funnier, bro. It's like man was on flat, man was on the wall like this, you know, like boy. There's anywhere that I'd rather be than here. That was it.
You know what? You're forgetting the killer line. You're forgetting the killer line in all this. All right, let me give you a breakdown. Basically, some local man them that would have got in if I was there.
Yeah,
I went round at the door, and Ninja is Ninja.
You were having
Ninja it. If you ain't on the list, you ain't getting in. He's just that way. Yeah. So I got called to the door to say, "Yo, hear what? You had an incident." So I'm like, "What?" And they said to me, "A certain man come and he got blanked." I'm like, "Who am I?" And he said, "Ninja." And I said, "So what? No one ever tell him?" He said, "Brethren, man was trying to show him a thing, but he weren't having it." So I'm like, "All right, cool." So I went and sat to Ninja and I said, "Look, my man's gonna come back and he's gonna come back for you. It ain't worth it because right now I've messed up in this place because this was my football clubhouse that I got, right? I used to play football for Kent and London League after Raven, you know, until I'll tell you what happened there anyway. But so I was meant to be out there, I think at 5 o'clock, yeah, and cleaned up and handed over at 6. it was after 8. And the place was jammed, and it was a big place. And I didn't have a clue of getting all these people out. We got cussing because man was paying at 6:30, 6:45 to get in. They were paying. Ninja was still taking the money. I'm going to him. I told him to lock it down at about 6 o'clock. My man said, nah, bro. I see cars pulling up. Here's money. And I'm like, boy, sake God. So, so my people now for the football team have turned up. And they're like, they can't believe what they're seeing because the hall was jammed. You know the dance rate. It was jammed. Yeah? And they was like, Paul, you was meant to be out. And I'm like, yeah. Give me 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. So I had a word with Ninja to shake out, leave, because when my man come, you're not there, there's no argument. You get what I'm saying to you? Me and him's cool, there ain't gonna be a problem. Bam. He's gone, nah, I'll leave you. I go, Ninja, I'm cool. It's not like that, fam. It's only because you stopped him. He's gonna come and prove a point with you. You not there, it'll be cool, man. It'll be just, you know what I mean? It'll be one of them nights. Don't watch now. So Ninja's left. I've gone to the bar now. I live time there. Me, Wiley, and Spitter and Mix are in the bar. And I'm going, yo, because the bar had a door that lead to outside the ground where my car was. Put the drinks in the car. I said, well, go on. I said, brethren, I should have been out here a long time. My man's coming back and he's going to close the darts. So they're going, oh, this is going to be funny. I'm going, like, bruv, I don't know how this one's going to play out, but put the drinks in the car. Now, when he came in, and the helmet went across the dance, we was in the bar. And if you remember, the bar's in the middle of the dance, but it's on the side. So when we're watching that, we see when he come over. And Barry dropped the mic, and then you went to pick up the mic, and you're going, Yardy, you're watching. Yardy, you're watching. No, me, Wiley, and Spitter was sitting there, what's this brother doing? Yardy. Hey, I tell you what, if it was the wrong bad man, I could have been in trouble. If it was the wrong bad man, I could have been in trouble. Man's going to me, Yardy, you want him? He's creasing up, man. It was a good night, though. It was a good night.
I'm sure.
That's the main one. It was a good night.
And we got paid, did we?
Yeah, you did. Don't try that, man.
Just asking. Anyway.
Hey.
So Yardy. So that was one of our infamous dances. By this time, you was using Bassline FM as a vehicle to promote dances, right?
Yep. Now, this is what's happened. I've come up to Bassline now, and I brought G Money to a couple of dances, and he's come and seen what I've got on in the dance now, and he see the crowd. So he's gone to me, have you ever thought of checking them man to come on the station? So I'm like, not really, you know. So he's going, boy, think about it. So I'm going, all right. Yeah, man, check them man there, make the station better. We'll get, you know what I mean, more credibility, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, say nothing. So I checked you, IPA, Bella Prime Time. Them times, the East End was on another station. Where was you them times? You was on West London, innit?
I was on Supreme.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you was on another station them times. Yeah. So I ran up the South London man them, and I brought them in and showed them what the program was. And I introduced him to G Money, and I let G Money run.
And that was it.
That was it.
Simple as.
So let's get to, because I want to get to the interesting part, because I don't want to.
It's all interesting.
It is there's very interesting.
Ray wants to get to the parts that don't include him. That's what it means.
Yeah, I've had enough, man. Got me up here. Yardy.
Before you do that, though, Ray, can I just remind everybody to subscribe to the YouTube, like and share, and keep their comments and questions coming in on the Facebook as well, please. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, on YouTube. Big up. There's loads of comments coming in. So many people mentioning So much good stuff, Yardy. Lots of people. Somebody's asked if you're ever going to. Well, we'll get to the questions later, but somebody asked who was the local gangster. But I don't think we're going to say that. And also, yeah, a couple of people were giving you a big up, mentioning about Nightlife Family on the YouTube as well. D-Mac, sorry, big up D-Mac. He said,
yes, big up D-Mac, man. Nightlife.
He said your dad. He said your dad used to cut his hair.
Yeah.
So
for real.
There's some great people in the chat, and if you are in the chat, please do share to as many people as possible if you're watching.
And there's one from
moment.
And there's one from Tunde as well. He said, "Big up Yardy, big man Yardy Foundation."
Hey, old time Tunde. Hey, them man, when they were raving, you remember them man there?
Yeah,
you remember them man there?
And before we start, Tunde Ajayi is a big boxing trainer. And he's manager and trainer for Anthony Yard as well.
Tunde, you know, nothing but love. You know. Yeah, Peknami, man.
Is he 15, yeah?
My little Pecky, man.
15, yeah.
So when you started doing the promotions.
Yeah.
When was the point? How did you get to be able to own Bassline? When was that point?
Well, this occurred when G Money found out he was getting a job for One Extra. Yeah, he had a word with me and said, right, boom, I'm gonna have to stop doing my show soon. Right, so I was like, why? So he goes, I got a job on One Extra and I can't be on pirate radio for at least a year prior to joining them. So I said to him, yeah. So he said to me, so I said, so I'll go over the station then. And remember, I'm like on his back. Like for my link with him, I'm on his back. Because remember, this brother, when I met him, he didn't know nothing about dances. Just like you. I taught both of you two dances. Yeah. I showed G Money how to have promotions and do dance. And that's how the Bassline brand was able to come on the road. Yeah? Bam, that's how he turned up and started doing dances. Now, at this stage, he's saying to me like, would you be interested? Because knowing that I'm always the only one that's really on him, like, try do this, G, do that, G, do this. He's thinking, yeah, if anyone who can carry it on would be me. So basically, we've had a talk and come to arrangement. He gave a figure. I said, yeah. I said, yeah. And money changed hands, and I took over. But what he wanted, he never got.
Oh, that was his reference.
Yeah.
Because we've had G Money on already, and that's when he said that you owed him money.
Yeah, but the money that he's got,
you didn't pay him.
The money that he's saying that I owe him. One, the price he was asking me, the man that helped him establish himself and learn himself and learn the business, and the DJs that I helped him to obtain to come with that price, they used drunk.
Okay, so you're saying you thought he could have given you a better price?
100%. You already know. He went in the interview and even said, imagine now, you got a man who showed you how to keep dances, and then you're going to give an interview boasting how you cut man out of dance. That says it all, innit? That just says it all. I ain't gonna go over that, but that says it all.
So okay. So you took on the Bassline.
Yeah.
And at that point, what was your competition at that point? Because we know when Bassline started and G Money started, it was Vibes FM. You had Power Jam was kind of the major players. Keatley was still about with Supreme as well. He was there then. Mikey Coos probably had Unique or whatever or the forerunner to that over in West London, because Mikey's been going for years. When you took over Bassline in 2000, 2001?
2000, call it 2001, 2002.
Yeah. What was your competition at the time? Because obviously it had changed. We'd gone through Jungle. It was still held up with the garage with the garage genre of music, which was still bussing. So there was different stations that had now appeared on the landscape.
Put it this way, at the time when I took over Bassline, it wasn't a matter of competition. It was a matter of overall change, everything. At the time, Bassline was, I think G Money took it to about 5 days. He took it to about 5 days, I think. Yeah. No. Yeah, about 5 days. We went on Thursday, come back on Friday. Yeah, come back on Friday. Yeah, so it was about 6 days, 5 days. But we didn't come on until about 6, 7. And we had a few night DJs. And studio equipment we had at that time was very basic. All the DJs that were on Bassline will tell you that. It was very, 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 very basic. Our signal, as you know, most of the time we were humming, and the radius was very short. So my idea when I took it over was the first things first. Being a sound man, I needed a sound. Before anything, I need a sound. This sound has to bang. So I linked up with Romantic Murphy, told him the situation, because G Money never told him. He's saying, how could G Money? Well, that's another story. But anyway, so I said to him, listen, how does a radio work? Because I don't know nothing about the other side, apart from making noise down the mic. I don't know about the other side. So he said to me, all right, let me show you. So we went up on the roof, and he said, that's the transmitter, that's the aerial. So them times, the aerial was on like 2 brooms. And I'm like, all right, how do you make this? Yeah, 2 brooms. Like, imagine 2 brooms, and you tape them up together, then you put an aerial, and it's taped up to a mast. So I'm like, how'd you make this thing more powerful, fam? He said, oh, you gotta put your aerial up and use a double aerial, because them times them man was using single, just quick, wire up and gone. So I'm saying, what? A double aerial, put the aerial higher, it bangs further. Yeah, the bigger the block, the better the signal. All right, first job. So I captured a bigger block, and then I got Murphy to introduce me to Big Up, Trigger, and Bandit. Yeah, he introduced me to them 2 man. And them 2 man followed me up to the first block I got when I took over, and we walked with these 10-foot scaffold poles through Brixton. 3 of us. 3 of us. Turning corners, right? Imagine turning a corner with a 10-foot pole. Yeah. So man's walking on the road with his 10-foot pole. Everyone's watching us and like, rah. So anyway, we got to the estate, lifted them up the stairs, put them on the roof. Then man showed me how to do a double aerial. Done all their little measurements. Boom, put that on. Right, I need to get a better rig. Who makes rigs apart from Romantic Murphy? He goes, oh, we could turn you onto a man. They turned me onto a man. Boom, bought a rig. Put on the rig. Bam, we're blowing now. But equipment in the studios, terrible, isn't it? So that's the next stop. Changed everything, put in SLs, the full 9. Now I've got every DJ buzzing, sound, and
where did you purchase the equipment from?
Mate, them times you didn't see a man about a dog.
No. Them times I got the turntables I already had in my house. I had the SLs in my house. The mixers and all that we got from the
West End DJ.
No, I didn't go West End in. I didn't have a link with Chris Sweeney them days like that. So I didn't even know he had a shop. I didn't even know he had a shop. Yeah, when I found out he had a shop, that was later on. So we used to buy bits in Brixton, across the road, next door to the old Brixton, Kentucky, or Cold Harbour Lane, across the road from Blackers. Remember that electrical shop?
Yeah.
Yeah, there. So I went in there, bought the mixers, everything else, and then I got a new link box, and that was it. Bassline was banging. Then I changed.
There's so many stories. There's so many stories that Yardy's got to tell. And producer, are we good for another hour? Because we're going to need it. And there's lots of questions that we need to ask.
Yeah,
from the
there's
audience.
loads of questions coming through.
So-
Loads.
So can we have a segment for the questions? I know the stories are fantastic, but we got so many questions that
Okay.
we want to.
We'll go to the questions in about 10. I just want to get to a certain place first.
Okay,
with
cool.
Yardy, because there's some other stuff we've got to go to. So at that time, your competition, as in terms of other community radio stations, was who?
Still ain't no competition yet. I changed the radio profile. Remember, I changed
Okay.
the setup.
So let me ask another way. What community stations was broadcasting at the time that you were broadcasting?
Well, by the time I've uplifted the station and that, you'd come on here with Vogue. You got Vogue, Lightning, Power Jam, Vibes.
Skyline around it.
Nah,
Oh, that's way before.
Okay.
nah, it's before.
Supreme was
you got
still there.
Supreme,
Like, yeah.
yeah, Supreme, Unique. That
But-
was really it.
But
Yeah.
but Yardy, your music policy when you uplifted the station was different from all those other stations.
Yeah,
What
because I wanted it.
What made you change? What made you change the music from what those other guys was playing, specifically towards bassline DJs?
Well, Ray will tell you this best because, like, I'm a man, I'm a dancer. I can dance. So I like bounce. Like, in that two-step crowd, them man, they don't really move. You get what I'm saying to you? And if they do, it's standing up with man them. I'm used to going dance and standing up with all the gal them.
Hold on. I wouldn't say it was just strictly standing up with man them. I wouldn't say that.
No, Raymond, you learn the behavior, man. When you come in there, when we bust the thing, you learn the behavior, man. You saw the girls there, man. Come on, man. One thing with us, right? When we came to Bassline, we had a bag of girls when we come to Bassline. So when Bassline took off and we pushed the crowd that way, it was already on.
Yeah, but they did have. I mean, they did have women at the time. I said they did, but they was a different scene from what we was, because it was two-step. It was really
because what we did was we would bounce. We're bouncing from early, and we work our way down to the early hours of the morning where we get down to the nitty-gritty. So you could come to our dances and get bashment, garage, hip hop. You can get all of that like you get in a West End club.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's what I wanted. Me personally, I wanted what I like. I wanted a sound of a high tempo.
So that sound,
yeah,
in records and artists. What type of artists and what records were it?
We're talking about R&B and the hip hop genre of them times,
Okay,
and before them times.
And
it's not even so much the artist piece. It's like I made it comfortable on Bassline that you could play your favorite tune and it could be a pop tune. You couldn't do that on another station. But that was the ambience and the level that I made the station, that you can come in there, express yourself.
What DJs did you have on Bassline at the time?
What, when I took over and changed it, or?
Yeah, just at that time, whoever was transitioning, you know what I mean, who was still there as well, you know what I mean, who was some of the names of the DJs that
right. Let me have a look at this now. Right.
We could go to your book. Let's go to his notebook, you know.
Right. Hold on. I'm gonna pick up all the DJs, right, that were there from the G Money era to my era, right? Now there's Kojak, Mystery Man, Mikey Blue, G Money, Tom Brown, Charlie B, Mike T and Ike, Romantic Murphy, Curly and Sussy, Juggler, Tubbs and Art with Art to Art, TLC, Classy J, RIP and GI, Spit Out Wiley Boom, Mix Kids, David E. Fly, Valentino. Enough man don't even know Kennedy was on Bassline. Yeah.
Sorry, pause. And Kennedy is he went into the comedy shows and he's a big comedy promoter. Yeah.
Yep. And then you've got Get Rich Crew, Noddy. Enough man forget Noddy.
Oh, yeah,
DJ Noddy.
DJ Noddy, yeah.
Yeah. Natural B, Knee Deep, as you know. Yeah. Easy
in the back room there.
Yeah. Galflex, Mixed Kids, Matchstick, Candyman, Deep Clarity, Smash, Andy Long, Mystery Ladies, Peter Phillips, Miss Diamond. I forgot Blinky's set. Blinky was there as well.
Oh yeah,
Blinky and
Tom Brown?
Fingers. Huh?
Tom Brown?
Yeah, DJ
Tom Brown. I said Tom Brown.
Oh, you said Tom Brown. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And Blinky and Blinky.
Big up Blinks.
And Blinky went on
Big
to
up
be.
Blinky, yes.
Yeah, he's a big. Is it garage? Is it
big
garage?
house
Yeah.
promoter, house and garage,
Yeah.
license to rave.
Well, put it this way,
stuff.
I'll
Yeah.
give you a story. He's the one who brought me into garage.
Okay.
Yes.
He's the one who showed me the way in garage. You understand? I ain't scared to give props to where props is due. That's the brother that showed me the garage room. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have done dance with Cousin Nostra. I wouldn't have had the garage room when we was at Samantha's. He was the one who brought me into the garage scene, and that was with license to rave.
Big up. It was his birthday the other day. He was celebrating.
So was you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was you co-promoting with Pete and Dave at the time? Cosa Nostra. Was you a co-promoter? Or was you just brought in to handle the room?
Well, no, when me and Cousin does the dance, that was for New Year's Eve. I think it's 2005 or something. Yeah, that was both of us.
Okay.
That was both of us.
And that was where? And what club? Was
Holland.
that?
Oh, we had three different clubs in Holland. Where we had the New Year's Eve was in Final Football Ground Banqueting Suite.
Put some respect on it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
that's huge.
Put respect on it.
Also, yeah,
That's what I'm
you
saying.
forgot that I did a stint on Bassline as well, same as G.
Oh, come on, man. How can I leave out the heavyweight, man? And oh, yeah, Bulldog. We had a British chart show on a Friday.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Mark was on there too. Yes.
Marky Mark. Oh, my God, man. How can I forget my general, man?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying to you? We had a host of DJs. When I took over, it changed. I introduced some of those ones were newer faces, and some were older. And some moved on, some stayed. But basically, the whole lineup changed.
You also did Rottingham Carnival as well as.
Yeah.
That was the first time that I went. And you followed at me to do that as well, didn't you? With Basil. So that was with Basil, wasn't it? Basil Links.
Yeah. I think I done 2 of them, actually.
What else did you do? What other promotions was you doing?
Bloody hell.
I'm trying to think.
We've done...
You did Citizens.
Who did one?
Citizens.
That big dance.
Citizens, we done 2. Tore it down. Anniversary, Roadblock. And New Year's Eve, I think that's 2-6. I think it's 2-6. New Year's Eve, Roadblock. Anyone who's been Citizens would have known. Anyone who's at any of them dances, give a shout in the box, man. Let them know.
Well,
it was hot.
So we went through, because we had a pre-talk about some of this before, like I do with all my guests. And we talked about, you did promotions in Lefez, Spanwicks, which was in Oval.
Yeah.
Ezekiel's, which was in Peckham. You did Granaries, Focus, Samantha's, Bootleggers, Regatta Centre, Earl's Wine Bar,
Imperial Gardens,
Arches, Limelights, St. Matthew's in Brixton,
Fire,
Knights Hill Community Hall back in the day. You also did. You big up CK Flash in the building, MBE.
Big up CK, man.
You also did. You also co-promoted some comedy shows as well, didn't you? So who was that?
Yeah, did that with Kennedy as well.
Oh, that was with Kennedy as well, yeah?
Yeah, did that with Kennedy as well.
Oh, so you was the blueprint for that?
Me and Kennedy done the first ones.
Okay. I
did the first ones with Kennedy, and then they started to do them with Fox. R.I.P. my brother Fox. Big up.
Yeah.
Yeah. 24. Big up.
Jam Promotions.
Oh man, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Yeah, that was on the same night, like G Money said. It was the same night as the RGS trip. And to go up against RGS, you got to have some weight. And that day we showed some weight. It was. I think it was near them times there, innit? That's where you started to get ready and you left. No, I'm just saying. I'm saying what caused the earthquake? What? That's when the man them like. Because remember now, at that time now, this is when this birth of this Premier League come in. Premier League and who's in what league? Now, I was never in the Premier League because that league is it's a one-way league.
My league sound was systems more here, right? Or DJs?
Huh?
It was DJs and sound systems, yeah.
No, it wasn't sound system. It was just DJs.
Okay, just DJs.
When you say it was a one-way league, what do you mean? There was no promotion and no relegation.
There's no relegation. There's no promotion. There's
Okay.
it's put it this way, right? You make noise, and if you comply, you get in. You make noise, you don't comply, you can't get in.
Okay.
And that's the way.
Okay, but why? All right, no, listen, and let's go into this because I'm only going to ask the question on behalf of other DJs who are coming up in the business that often complain about the same kind of blockage. So, what do you mean by that? Actually, when you say it was a Premier League and it was one way, was it just a certain set of DJs who was just they were the gatekeepers for that kind of culture and they weren't letting anybody else in to that kind of culture? Is that what you're saying?
Right. You got two sets of promoters. You got independent promoters, people who want to have a dance, and regular promoters. Now, regular promoters will know if they deal with certain man, they get a discount. Yeah. Now, when you deal with certain man, you get a discount. That gives certain man a talk in like when you say I want to bring this sound, they can say nah. That's going to spoil up the thing. Rare. The man, they can't juggle with us neatly and they don't play the way we play. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So a man says, no, I definitely want them, but bro, you're going to have to pay the full whack.
Did that really
changes? Did that really happen? Of course it happens. This game, right? Don't ever believe, right? Anyone who's coming up and getting into DJing, don't ever believe it's a clean business. It ain't. Because you're going to have man stand up and talk to you, and then the next dance is going to be chatting to somebody else about you.
Is that not business per se? Or is that...
Nah. You see, business per se, man ain't up in your face. Business per se, we're over a desk, 9 to 5. I'm done, I'm leaving you. But we're in personal time. And you're coming in my personal space and pretending to be something what you're not. That's the difference. You understand? And if you don't see it, you'll feel say, yo, man's looking out for me and rare. Yeah, man's looking out for you for one thing. And there's a lot of people with objectives. Yeah. And they will use people to step up. And when they step up, they'll leave that person. It's just that way.
So is that part of life though?
Huh?
In that part of life, we all on a journey. People
it depends. No, it depends on what your heart is. It depends on where your heart is. I gave a platform. I never ever once wanted to be known as the boss. Right. I used to phone up the radio station. He will tell you, anyone call my name, big up Yardy. Stop it. Big up management. Yeah. Any DJ on Bassline could text you now. You see the way Bassline sounds, the way Bassline moves. I made it move like that. Yeah. I made it sound like that. I would phone a DJ 30 times in one show till he's pissed off. And he can't even tell me he's not picking up the phone.
Yeah, he was annoying.
Yeah, I was on every DJ. So no matter what DJ comes on here and tells you he was this, he was never this. On Bassline, I set it for you.
Where did you learn that? You know, where did you learn
that boss behavior from?
Where did you learn that? Yeah, where did you learn that from?
His dad. His dad.
Boss behavior.
Because his dad is business.
It's easy being a boss, but it's not easy being a good boss, a respected boss.
Right. All right. I'll tell you the two things with bosses, right? You've got to realize you're going to hurt feelings. Now, it's how you deal with your hurt feelings as an individual. I can lie to you, yeah, and make you believe you're something you're not. And then someone out the road will tell you you're shit and crack your bubble. And then you're going to come back and say, Roy, I got booed. And you told me I was boom. Boy, I was just hyping you up. No, that ain't me. I'm straight in the sense of like, if I'm going to do A, I do A.
Yeah.
Yeah. A prime example, right? Galflex. Simple Simon. Yeah. Now, when I took over, TLC would be the first DJ on Bassline whenever Bassline gets turned on.
6 o'clock, wasn't it? Or
no, whenever, if it's 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you know,
yeah,
TLC is the first DJ.
Yeah.
Now, when I took over, I wanted a drive time. I wanted to come on with the man them at 4 o'clock. Yeah. Now, when I did it, I ain't altered the shows yet. So, of course, I put trustworthy TLC in there. TLC's in there for a couple of months. I'm ready now. I'm like, nah, I can't have this slow tempo on the way going home and that. I need to change this. This time, Simon's got a bounce. Simon's got a bit of a personality. So I'm like, yo, let me chat to Simon. Yo, Simon, hey, what? I want to give you drive time. Because we don't come on for drive time. I'm going to come on for drive time and I want to give you drive time. And he straight away was like, yeah, but TLC's doing that. Said, nah, I'm changing up the shows. I'm changing up all of the shows. I'm going to put up another timetable. And I want you to do the drive time. And he's going, you sure? And I'm saying, brother, listen to me. You've got what it takes. We can do this. We're going to do this. And you can phone Simon now. I asked Simon, did Yardy ever phone you when you're on radio? Did Yardy ever direct you when you was on radio? Hell yes. Every Simon, DJ.
Wicked DJ.
Yeah,
wicked DJ. This is what I'm saying to you. Everybody on Bassline made something from Bassline. I gave them a platform. I never...
The boss.
Yo, the boss is in the building.
Bassline.
I'm not that guy. Look, I never wanted to be the only person to bust beats. I didn't want the only person to have jingles. I didn't want to be the only person with all the show. I've never wanted that. All I've wanted, right, was I looked at radio. When I took over Bassline, I looked at it as TV. This thing has to become entertaining. Yeah? First and foremost, it has to be entertaining. Hence why I've done all the reshuffles and changed the programming and put the DJs the way I put them. And the new DJs, what came on, were through me.
When you say entertaining, that kind of takes us up to where we are today. What do you think of the radio shows of today, the stations of today, and what wasn't around when you was doing your thing? But there's like lots of live streams now. How do you see it and view it when you watch it?
Honest truth, I don't want to knock no one's bubble, man. But radio just has not moved on. It hasn't moved on. Like, all right, let me give you an example. When I hit that Dolby sound, right, my phone was blipsing. What the hell did you do? How did you get that digital sound? What the heck have you done? Do you remember when I put on the RDS, Bassline FM, and it moved across? First one is that. Bruv, everyone was going nuts, going out of radio stations, what, you gone legal? Yeah? There's little things you've got to bring to the thing every so often. You've got to refresh the thing. It's not about having just names and leaving them in there.
Okay, so Yardy, so let me put you on the spot, yeah? Give me one example of how you would move on the thing now if you was still in that big man chair right now. Just give us one example.
One example. It's internet, baby. It's live visual. 101. Pirate radio done without a picture. Done. Yeah? Done. Yeah, if you ain't going to move with the future, you're going to be behind. And that's what pirate radio is. It's dead. Everyone's on there doing a dance. Everybody's doing a dance. There is no... Right. What I used to tell DJs was this. There's 3 angles you can choose. Be informative. Yeah? Be a presenter. Or do humor. They are the 3 angles. And if I see you can't do any, you're not getting on. I don't want you to go in there and get confused and try and be like you hear 3 wise men and we mash it up with Joe. I don't want you coming in being funny the next day. Stay in your lane, be strong, and make your show your show.
So what made that show the show then? What made 3 wise men that show? That was you, G Money, and Marky Mark. What made? All
right, let me give you the proper breakdown of 3 wise men. Because that is the show that shows no show in the world in English history will ever come like that again.
How can you say that? How can you say that?
How? Because that era. Listen to what I'm going to say to you.
Producer, can I have that shoot night, please?
You know what? You've got an equivalent of 3 wise men now anyway. That has come through.
No. You've got... Listen.
Like 3 shots of tequila. Have you ever heard of that?
You've got replicas of the Three Wise Men as podcasts.
Oh yeah, of course, definitely.
Yeah, that's where Three Wise Men have gone.
Yeah.
It's a podcasting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. This is why I said about the visual. Right. Right now, you sitting in a studio and chatting like you're in a dance and hyping. How often can you think you can listen to this? How long? If I listen to you 20 times on radio, I definitely don't want to hear you in a dance. You've already killed what you're going to give me in the dance.
Yeah.
So how did you get away from that doing the Three Wise Men?
Right. Three Wise Men was more of humor. The characters.
And give us an example of your type of humor.
When I mean humor, the geezers the people that was on Three Wise Men, like, let me explain first of all how it started. Mark, me, and G Money. G Money had a gap on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. He phoned me one day and said, "Where are you?" I was in Brixton. So come around the studio. Come around the studio. I'm just going to do a show. Ah, you bastard. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's done that before. Tricked me and come around there. And he said, "Come, let's do a show." So we're messing about. And because it's 12 o'clock at night and we're both jokers on the radio now, we had more jokes and more talking than we was playing music. Mm. And where we can really throw a joke, we were throwing jokes. We had people ringing up, going live. I'm driving.
What type of jokes? This is what I'll give me an example of the type of jokes.
All right. Joke. Right. G Money's biggest one, right? On the Three Wise Man. And then he went and took it to his breakfast shows them times, because he used to do breakfast as well, right? Was it breakfast? Yeah. He did a couple of breakfasts. One breakfast Tuesday. Now, he went and took it to there. And that was
Guardian.
No. Yeah. What's
big up to one of your old DJs whilst you're remembering. Peter Phillips, he says the Three Wise Men was the only show or pirate radio show that he's read about in the Guardian newspaper when you guys were talking about pot noodles for 3 hours. So that's one example.
Yeah, all right. I'll give you an example. You see how they say we're talking about pot noodle? We'll be talking like, my angle most probably be about, big up all them bruck man who go into the supermarket and just fill up their trolley with pot noodle. Simple. When you go in their house and you go in the kitchen, all they got is a kettle, one spoon. Yeah. And then you've got. I'm just saying as an example. Then you've got Mark, right, who flips it with an intellectual spin, right? And he'll come off like, yo, it's not because the man them love pot noodle, it's just that they ain't paid their gas bill, and things like that, and it'll roll. And when we hit it, we've hit it from 3 different angles. It can go on forever. Yeah. And then with the people, we'll throw out something like, "What's your favorite pot noodle?" And you get people texting and going live.
Yeah.
Takes up another hour.
You had the phones going crazy.
What type of guests? Because I mean, like, you had some well-known guests as well phoning on your show.
Oh man, listen, I'll tell you the killer one. One of the killers. We had more fire crew, right?
Wow. Lethal Bizzle. Lethal Bizzle Aussie B.
Hold on. We had more fire crew, right? Oh, Smash and Mike team, big up. Yeah. We had more fire crew, and I forgot the little one. Was it Ozzy?
Aussie B.
He was dealing with one of them girls. He was dealing with one of them girls in one of them girl groups. I can't remember.
Go on.
But anyway, Mike T and Smash, they turned it up on him because they done. So he's like, yo, so what you done, man? How can you done with her? She got money, blood. What? You weren't performing? What? Yo, the man them opened the gate. Hey, let me tell you now, we had him sweating. Man. We had pure jokes. We used to even do MC battles. We used to make MCs battle over 2 phones live on the phone over the air. Yeah. Wow. And that was back before them man was doing it. We was doing it for jokes.
So Yardy, I was with Special K earlier on today, and he said,
Oh my God,
he said,
big
that,
up K.
he said, bigger you up, to give you a big shout, and he said to ask you about the whole missed call on the phone thing. Who started it first? Was it you or him?
The what?
About missed calls, you know, like say, give us 5
All
missed
right.
calls. Give us.
All right. The first missed callers, right? I ain't gonna lie. It's MA.
That's what I thought. I did say
Yeah.
that. I said MA.
MA was the first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said
MA.
Yeah, MA was the first, but we took it international. You know when a man takes over a company and then rebrands it. Yeah, we took it and made it international. Yeah, but MA was the originator of that. A big up MA. You should have told me you was feeling like that about the trophy, man. I'll give you that, man. I'll give you that, man. Yeah, look at my wall, man. Look at my wall, man. I've got trophies, man. Don't be silly, man. Yeah, look, man's got plaques, bro. Man's got plaques. Man's got them things, yeah. I never knew he was feeling like that, you know. The man said, Reminisce worked 5 years. Bro, I was in different sounds. Reminisce was 5 years. Me and After Dark had an anniversary. Yeah? I'm big up After Dark, yeah? They're real pioneers in the game. Big up. Yeah, I partook. Yeah, I'll tell you another promoter that should get mentioned, you know. Bubbles.
Oh, yeah,
Bubbles. Yeah,
Bubbles.
Yeah,
Consistent brother. Bubbles. Big up yourself wherever you're there. Yeah?
Really hard, he does.
Yeah? A real consistent promoter.
He won an award
Another
for
man
his
like
business
myself.
recently. Do you know what? He won an award for a couple of years ago, if I remember rightly, for one of his businesses.
I'm glad for him, bro, because that was a consistent brother.
Can we go to the chat room, because there's some funny ones and I've really got to go through them.
Go on.
They make me laugh.
Go on then.
I want to start off with this one. It's for Mark Crow. It says, Yardy, remember the guy that tried to have sex with his girl? She rang back after 2 minutes and said, it's done.
Oh! Hey, sweet vibes. Hey, it ain't you. No. It ain't you. But you know. You know. It ain't you. Big up Marky Mark. I'm really general. My oldest friend on the planet. Yeah, my oldest friend on the planet. Yeah.
So what happened there? So the guy phoned in and was being a bit braggadocious on the phone and saying, "Yeah, so I'm gonna go and hit my girl," and then his girl then ran back on a different line, like afterwards, to say that he's finished. Is that more?
Yeah. Hey, bruv, listen to me. Let me tell you, we've done some things. We like, you see, when you're saying that, right? Like, we basically said, give us a call if you're with a girl. We want to hear a man's voice, then hear the girl. Yeah, I want to see how much of you man them are sitting on your own and listening to Bassline. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, this ain't a joke thing. You should have some girl. So big up all the man. So we got man ringing up and going, "Mate, you say something." Babe, no, don't embarrass me, babe. Say something, man. The man are gonna have me up, man. And then they're gonna go, "Hello," and then we go, "No, put her on the phone, man." So we're saying, "Hold on, you sleeping?" And she'll be like, "Why?" No. Seriously, was you sleeping, or did you just have a piece? And they were like, "Oh my God, no, see, we're big people, man. Did you have a piece?" "Yes." "Was it good?" How long did you last?" Hey, if you used to get, bro, they answered. Wait, I tell you a wicked one. We even phoned up a prostitution line. You know them girls that chat on the phones?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're cool. You know when you chat and they go, "Hello." And you go, "Yeah, what you saying, baby?" "All right, me, Mike, T, and Smash." And we said, "All right, we're going to find out, London, who's got the lyrics, yeah?" Yo, we burned down the rate. Hey, let me tell you this now. Big up After Dark, because them man are hard workers too. Them man will be in West End promoting and phoning in and listening and just going clear with us, yeah?
But how did you get, no, hold on. How do you get from prostitution to after dark. Roger Bailey. I know Roger Bailey. Walk one.
Because it's after dark, isn't it? It's after dark.
No, that night.
DJ
No, Gussa. Yeah, that night, Gary phoned us, right? And Gary went live, and he was murdering Smash, because Smash flopped. He couldn't hold the lyrics, but Smash was young anyway. Them times there. He was bringing it.
Oh, so you used to turn around. Oh, so hold on. So there were different three wise men sometimes. It wasn't just.
Yeah.
It was,
what it was, the first era was me, G Money, Marky Mark.
Yeah.
G Money was getting murdered every week by me and Marky Mark. Standard. Standard. We even went, listen to this. We even started a sound clash. Yeah. 1 for 1.
Yeah,
G Money was getting murdered. Yeah. He was getting murdered every week. Then G Money, BG Money, he said he ain't coming back. Yeah. He said, I'm done. So his days was over. He ain't coming back. So it was me and Mark. And Mark was like, boy, it ain't gonna really bounce to say, come in, you ain't gonna cuss each other like that. So he's going, I'm gonna make a jump. So I'm saying, don't watch that. I got already in mind with my recruits. So this time now, I got Smash, and I'm dying to get this you on radio in a high capacity. Big up Smash. Right now, that boy's gone international. Yeah.
Smash
I let Ray.
Can you give some background to DJ Smashavelli? Who's DJ again?
Rich Ritu, Steph London, Don, just about every UK artist that you can think of that's really good. They call them for Smash. You see him on the Mobile Awards, you see him on the Brit Awards in the background doing the DJing. Or if you ever go on a tour with a big artist, you will see Smasharelli doing his thing as well. So, I'm really proud of Smash, man.
And let's not forget DJ Mex. DJ
come on, man.
DJ Dubplate Mix.
Yeah.
Bad boy DJ.
He went from playing jungle to being he was more or less So Solid's DJ, weren't he? Really? You know what I'm saying? More or less.
Yeah.
And now he's gigs.
And now he's gigs is DJ. So big up DJ Mix. I know he's in the Hey, do you remember when, because DJ Mix and you are family, and do you remember that when you used to go to DJ Mex's house and school him? And the talks that you used to give him. Do you remember those talks? Do you remember those talks?
Richard, I gave everyone talks. There's not one DJ on Bassline that could say he's never had a talk for me. The only person who could say he's not had a talk for me is really you, Raymond. The only thing I used to tell you was your behavior. Yeah? we never had a talk. I'd phone you up and say, yo, Bridget, stop bring the thing down. Yeah. But I never really had to school you. Yeah.
Question.
But
question from Archie. What was the first club that you ever went to?
Oh my God, Archie, my cousin. First club ever.
Big up Archie.
I went to I'm about 12. And I went to Thomas More, Loopship Lane, a disco. First dance was a disco, 7 to 11.
The school disco.
Yeah. No, it's a disco. Disco times.
This is disco.
Yeah, disco times.
And anyone in the chat room, this is your moment now to throw in questions, because we're going to fire some quick questions at Yardy. We've got so much more stories. I said time is the essence here. So
run this thing for 3 hours, blood.
Sandra Prescott wants to know, when did you know that this was your chosen path? That's a good question. Hello?
That's funny,
Yeah.
I suppose I knew it was my chosen path when I was in control of Bassline.
Okay.
Because I've never really looked at music as a business, like playing the music as a business. I looked at the other sides of it as a business. Playing music, I love playing music. I was just happy to play music. I'm that brother that you can phone and say, yo, I'm having a party, Yardy, man. I ain't got no. shut up. I ain't got no booking. I'm round there.
Okay.
I love playing music. I just like entertaining is in my blood.
Yeah. Prue wants to know any breakfast show comeback on the cards.
Yeah. I'm loving the energy, and is there gonna be a return of DJ Yardy?
A lot of people asking that.
A return.
Would you consider it? Would you consider it? Should we say
an appearance or two, maybe. Return? Nah.
What? You're gonna be on Ray's Breakfast Blues?
I can't raise Breakfast Blues.
Come on, man.
But will it be Ray's Breakfast Blues afterwards? I don't know. I don't know.
I tell you what, if you're phoning up prostitutes, definitely it won't be mine.
A question from Tasha. What do you think of the current lockdown and the effect it's had on the entertainment industry?
Right. That's a good question. I was chatting to a man about this today. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Some man's going to feel hurt when I say this. Yeah. Some man are going to feel hurt. Some man should take this opportunity to step off at the top. There's nothing worse than being the man you used to be. Yeah. It's going to be a whole new game, a whole new concept, a whole new rave. Yeah. You're going to have, of course, you're going to have the olders that want to go back out. But you're going to lose a load of them that are just really, through the lockdown, ain't going to have that energy after the lockdown. Mm. They've just done with it. Yeah, that getting up to get ready for 1 o'clock to go stand up in a dance and wind up 2 little tunes, and it's going to change. So this is a big gap for enough DJs to retire at the top and let the next generation through.
I'm going to ask you another question.
I'm not saying all of them, you know. I'm not saying all of them.
No. I'm not even. It's cool. I'm going to go to another question because this is quite funny. And you'll appreciate why, Yardy. And can I have the Suge Knight image ready
to go? Big up Dawn. Jennifer Fontaine.
So here's one of the questions in the room. Yeah, Yardy. Have you ever been in a situation where you never got paid for an appearance, and what did you do?
Oh, it's like Roger Bailey just joined us. Roger Bailey's in.
Roger Bailey,
you got Roger.
Roger Bailey, Roger, whatever you're doing with prostitutes at promoting, we want to know about it. Yeah, I'm gonna come to you soon. Yeah, Yardy. So, have you ever been in a position that you haven't been paid, mate? Come on, and what did you do about it? Because I know that you're a man, you know, who would never compromise himself. You get me? So,
all right. Let's take it back.
Hey,
now,
hold on. I know certain men are eating popcorn right now. You get me?
The hot sauce is here, boy. The sauce.
Yardy, walk on.
All right. Let me get you the thing now. On the real, a couple of times I've been like they've attempt to shoot my money. And it never kind of work out like that. It never work out like that. Yeah, I was feisty. I'm a kind of person back in the day. I could blow quick, and that kind of behavior will make me blow quick. Yeah.
I remember Yardy calling me up, I think, one time for advertising money, boy. I remember from the label. Yardy wanted to come to the record label, you know. Yardy wanted to come down to the nail. So Yardy don't work like that, you know. Nah, man, where's your finance department?
You got to put a receipt. You probably got to put an invoice.
Wait for the purchase order.
Listen, I remember ringing some man, and they've never heard my voice. And when I'm talking to them, like, yo, what are you doing with Benjamin? I say, yo, Benjamin. They know Benjamin. it's like 48 hours past the time. Yeah. Right now we need to get these things tied up. You understand? So it was understanding. Anyone who did business with me knew how I was.
Did you ever short anybody? Let me ask that question.
No.
Well, we got 3 people saying that they're waiting to get paid.
3, name them.
Fire.
No, Fire gave his name. Fire is
Rama
Trenchtown.
Barry.
No, that's Trenchtown.
Yeah.
That's some Trenchtown.
All right.
Yeah, did you hear that one?
Fire's in Trenchtown.
No, Fire is Trenchtown. His name's Trenchtown.
Oh, Trench! Come on, you know that is already. That's Trench. That's Big Wayne's Trench.
Oh,
Come on, Ray. Yo, come on, Ray, man. Yo, what Trench is saying that? Remember, Trench was just, yo, when I met money tonight, you know. It's a white one. You met money tonight. Yo, the bonus now run. That was Trench. Yeah.
Who did you have the best working relationship with the bosses of other radio stations? Who was the one that you kind of got on well with?
Funny enough, I got on with everyone. Before it was because I was doing dances and I was promoting, I was paying for my ads. So everyone got money from me. And then when I took over Bassline, it was like, Richard, you know, so I get good money from you, you know. I get good money from you.
Was you guys still swapping tapes, or was it money?
But remember, I didn't swap tapes until, before I took over Bassline, the only way we could get tapes swapped was with Kiss and Tell and Bassline, and then they caught on to the Kiss and Tell part, and they started punishing G, and they was only playing it like on every 2 hours and every 3 hours, and you remember, Ray? They was having us up, right? Because that's the game. That's what I'm saying to you. Yeah, up front, everyone will say, "Yeah, it's cheeky, blood, it's cheeky." And then when they turn around, you got lots of people that are going to try and stop your ride, blood.
Did you have power plays on Bassline FM?
Yep.
He said that proud.
Yep. I got it for arguments to that. I got man phoning me up going, yo, why are you playing these records on the hour? Who give you them? How much you getting, blood? And I'm like, yo, I'm playing them because I like them. That's how I left it. Yeah.
Who was phoning you up? So what type of records and who was phoning you up? I mean,
all right. You see power plays.
Yeah.
I get power plays from independent to the big companies.
Yeah.
Record companies.
Yeah, for the big companies.
Yes,
yeah,
Reggie.
from the big companies.
No, there's a big difference between payola and power play.
We ain't said anything yet, Reggie.
Richie.
We ain't said anything yet.
Reggie getting sweat.
Pass.
Reggie getting sweat. All right. Power plays were a brilliant business in the early part of the 2000s. And then once Radio 1 acknowledged R&B and hip-hop, power plays became a figure of the past because now they can get R&B and hip-hop played on the bigger stations. Not true, Reggie?
It's interesting that you say that, actually. Because it was
I know what, but I told you I'm on the business and I know when it was failing. Once Radio 1 opened the gates, that was it, fam. Pirate radios.
Look, what I find it interesting is that that's your take on it, and you know what? I'll be honest, I never ever thought about it in that way. And you know, when I'm processing it, you're absolutely right. As soon as a lot of the more mainstream radio stations,
you got to remember, we were making Jay-Z, Ashanti, all them people there. We were bringing them to the surface. Yeah. Remember, they weren't played on no illegal radio station.
Yeah.
And the other stations weren't playing that bounce.
Yeah.
We were pushing that bounce. All of that hip-hop era for the early 2000s, it was Bassline. There was no other station that could match us on that front.
What about Choice FM?
We remember, I had jigs ringing up radio companies and asking, how come Bassline are playing these tunes? I heard it on Yardy show in the morning. I don't know where he got it from. He must have downloaded it.
Now you said that you just said you played it in the morning. Now we haven't talked about your morning breakfast show. We've spoken about the Three Wise Men, but your morning breakfast show was electrifying.
He's putting some respect on your name now, Yardy.
Yeah, I noticed that. You're changing it. You're changing it. One to the intro you was putting on it last week. Yeah.
What did I say last week?
Last week you said, "Oh, we got a guest on the radio station. He's a breakfast DJ and he's kind of loud, but he's entertaining."
He's not wrong about that, is he?
No, you didn't like that.
Yo, what do you mean you didn't mean it like that?
No, I didn't say
What does that mean, bruv? What does that mean? Look what I've done in this game. And you're going to come out with, "I'm a loud breakfast." What the figure you want, bruv?
You wanted more respect on it.
Bruv, it's not a matter of, "I want more respect." You have to give more respect on it.
I already put £10 in the donation basket. So
Donation for what, fam?
They said that.
What donation? I don't want no donation.
No, not for you. It's not for you. It's like if anybody hasn't respected your name properly, you got to put a £10 donation in. So,
Bruv, do you see anything coming in so far that's disrespecting my name?
Sir.
I'm not in no politics.
Anyway,
whole of this game, I'm clean.
Yeah, 100% clean. The question was, your show was electrified.
So you're not going to challenge him on that, no? You're just going to agree with him.
No, what do you mean you're going to challenge him, bruv? You got to change up your tune.
Yeah,
You came out with, "I'm a lot." Bro, fix up that approach. Fix up that approach, man. Come correct, fam. No.
Hold on. Can I just big up Everton, who's in the back of that picture? Because me and Everton, which is young, was in the same school year at primary school. So big up Everton. Big up Everton.
The question I was asking you anyway. Your breakfast show was very electrifying. It was one of the highlights of many highlights on Bassline. What was it? How did you feel when you finished doing your show and the phone lines was going crazy and people was like, I remember people not being able to go into work. They were sitting in their cars waiting for your breakfast show to be over because it was so good. Now, what type of feedback did you get from it? How did you feel when people were saying about your breakfast show?
All right, put it this way.
Smooth.
The breakfast show, when I took over the breakfast show, I've already got them times I'm roasting up Three Wise Men. So I've got a large popularity already.
You're roasting?
Right? We roast that. We turn up the heat on the Hotline 7 at that night there. Okay. Wednesday night, the place is burning. It's roasting. Yeah? Okay. So we turn up the heat on a Wednesday. So I built up a popularity from there, right? To when I hit the breakfast show now, I've kind of got a different stage coming with me. Now, this time now, I've cut into the so-called Premier League's listeners now. Through the morning, I've cut into their group because at night we play hip-hop, R&B, and run jokes. That ain't really going to entertain the olders, yeah, especially the music we're using. But with the morning now, I've got a wider variation. I start with up-tempo, 80s, 90s. I move along and then I bring it down to, you know, the present. With my personality, it just took off.
And you know, it was on fire. Because even Prue said that she was one of the people that used to pop up.
No, it wasn't on fire, Reggie. It was roasting.
Roasting. It was like hot sauce.
No. Wednesday night was roasting. Don't get twisted. Wednesday night. yeah, Wednesday night. Yeah. I come the morning when I did the breakfast show. It was awesome. Put it that way. Yeah, I was going in petrol stations and in shops, and I talk, and someone goes, "I know that voice."
That's amazing.
And I'm like, "What?" I know that voice. I go, nah, man, you don't know my voice. Nah, I know that voice. And then I'll be walking away, and then I just go, my name can't change.
Yeah. All right, just on that point, can we just say to the people, can you like, subscribe, and follow us at YouTube, Set the Trend Podcast, and on Facebook, Set the Trend Podcast, but more important on YouTube, like and follow and subscribe if you haven't done so. Yardy, I want to get to a point in your life where the station ended. I don't think I ever knew the full story of why the station ended. I knew, Mark Rowe, I tried to kind of put it that way and he wasn't listening, so I just had to leave him. Yeah? I kind of tried to tell him that,
Yo, we never said we was roasting,
You said.
I said the place was roasted. Yeah, we weren't roasting. Yo, General, we are going. Yo, keep down the behavior. I love this shit, man.
Oh my days!
Bring it back. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get to that point in life where your baby was ending. Why did you finish? I remember, I think it ended sometime after Citizens, sometime after that. Why did it end? Why did you get to the point where you thought you could do Bassline no longer? And why did, and why did it finish?
Right. This is a sticky time. Very sticky time. First things first, if you remember, we had a big meeting with the radio. At this time, I'm the first radio station that's using the internet to send a signal. Yeah, so I had a rig, and the signal would go down into somewhere else and come up somewhere else via the internet. And this was what's this? Yeah, 2006.
And that was purely to avoid them knowing where you was located, as in.
Well, it wasn't really to do. It wasn't really to do with the location. It was more that it was just getting harder to get studios with the block power of having a lot of floors. All right, and with the future going internet, because remember, Bassline had a website. With the first station, pirate radio station, we had a website.
Your MySpace is still up.
The MySpace is still up.
Yeah.
Man's busting MySpace,
Hey, that's an antique now, Oh my God.
Man's pre-Mark Zuckerberg to rap.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Big up Steve, man. DJ Bigger as well, man. My IT man. Bigger, man. Respect. Yeah. So what happened now was, I said, listen, you was there, Ray, and I said, the future of the radio isn't about a studio. Yeah, it's about doing it from your yards and visual. Yeah, and we can bring this thing to another level to where eventually I get a studio, but it's going to be visual.
Okay, yeah. Just to pause, I forgot. Me and EastEnder came back to Bassline, didn't we? If I remember rightly. Yeah, that's right. And we was doing.
Yeah. And we was doing. Vogue never worked out.
Yeah. He wasn't roasting.
Vogue was burning. Vogue was burning. The man that thought they could build up a radio station and take me on. How long did it last, mate? Man then thought, rah, G-Money's gone. Yeah, it's there, man. We can get this #1 spot. Yeah.
Anyway, it didn't work out for us. It didn't work out for me anyway. So we came back onto. You see, but you know, that's the kind of respect that I have for you still. You know what I mean? I came back home to.
Oh man, brethren, we can never where we come from, this business can't break our friendship.
100%.
I'll tell you that for nothing.
100%.
Yeah? I'll tell you that for nothing.
100%.
Yeah, some other man, yeah. But where we come from, yeah, primary school, you're done safe, blood.
You're done safe, bro.
He know that. When we was rolling, he know that. He know that.
You know.
Big up the man them in the dark, the man them in the back, yeah?
No, he done that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well,
You know.
Yeah, we won't
Yeah,
mention it.
you know this thing was covered, man.
Yeah.
I had a team, and everything was good. Never had no problem, no us or nothing.
2 hours.
So it got to the point when what? So we had the meeting, and then what was
What happened was the meeting was basically showing everyone the future. It's the internet, and it's going to be visual. And if we don't get up on this, we're not going to be able to break away because it's just going to start becoming long in what we're doing. And then I was getting a fight from all you lot about, oh, the FM ban is where it's at. And I'm telling you lot, listen, it's going to be about blogs. Yeah, downloading. Yeah, everyone's going to download a frigging show, listen it on their car whenever they want. They'll have a catalogue of it. It's a different era.
And that's iTunes.
And no one saw where I was going. Ray was there, you was there, he said I was getting a fight. Yeah, and I had to even say, listen, who's taken it this far, brought everyone this platform? I've never wanted to be a boss of no one. I tell you, look, keep my name out of it. But I like to give opportunities. You understand? I come from a good art place. I believe in opportunity. If I can't get and you can get, go. Yeah, why should both of us not have? One of us can have, go get it, my brother. Yeah, I'm not going to grudge you and I'm not going to badmine you either. Yeah, but some and a lot don't think that way. They don't think that way. They want to forget you, like out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, right, all of a sudden it's a different way they made their careers. It's a different way this happened. It's a different way that happened.
So is that why you stopped it? So is that
why that I got to a point there, and at the same time, my mum was very ill for some time, and now the doctors were giving us like some 3 years bullshit. Yeah, so it got to a stage where a man had to just say, you know what? You already know. I promoted. I did the roof. I did everything, man. A one-man army. But I had my little backup soldier so I can call upon. Yeah, it's too much. So something had to go, and I had to look after my old dear man. So I cut loose. It wasn't even a thing where man's having a party. It wasn't a party thing. It wasn't a send-off thing.
And when was that? Yeah. That was what year did you finally draw the curtains down on Bassline?
2006. 2006.
Have you ever thought about having a reunion since then?
Leave that to the chat room. Let's see what happens tonight. They want a reunion. Put it in there. Yeah, they want a reunion. Send for the reunion. Things can happen. Yeah, it'll put a lot of people pissed off. I know that. But yeah, if a reunion's wanted, anything's possible. But it's not like I'm seeking it. And people know me, man. Well, people know me.
Can I negotiate the live rights from now?
I can tell you something, Yardy, from today's show.
You know, if a dance comes about now, yeah, you're gonna see a different form of dance. Yeah. Remember, I've had dances where I bought 10 portable tellies to the Fez. I gave them out 10 portable tellies on raffle. Yeah. I've thrown money into the crowd of £500 in the Fez. I've always wanted to. Wanted to put something into entertainment.
Pause there.
It's not just about DJ.
Pause there. I got a couple of questions on YouTube for you. Trenchran says, Yardy, do you remember when the big flood happened in Rotterdam? When the venue got holed up by beer police, and Harper's crew was there also. You know what I mean? What did you feel like at that time?
Brother, I felt sick. I felt sick, man. I felt sick.
Why did the police? So this was Dutch police, and they're armed anyway. So
you're not gonna believe this, bro. I ain't never told nobody. You ain't gonna believe this, man. Imagine man's gone and left all the way and gone to Holland, you know. And the man them still pop off. Yo, let me tell you, we had over 1,600. Listen to me. We had over 1,600 people on this trip.
What year was this, Yardy? 2000 and what? 4?
This is
5?
2000. This is about 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's about 4, 5, around them times.
And this was in conjunction. Was this with Cousin?
Yeah, Cousin Offshore.
Okay.
R.I.P. my brother.
Peter. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Peter.
R.I.P. Peter, man.
Mm.
Yeah. We did bro, it was a mad thing, man. It was so hurtful, man. It was hurtful badly. But you know, we live and learn we live and learn from experiences.
All right, I've got another question for you as well. Sorry, East. Let me go back to this. I've got another question here. Where is it now? Sorry. Sarah Thomas says Parcel Force Depot in SW8. Listen to the breakfast show. Every morning.
Oh yeah. Hey, he used to kill it.
That was Satan.
I know, he used to kill it. He used to proper kill it. Yeah, man. Breakfast was live. It was live.
Regarding the Bassline reunion, Selena says yes. Prue says yes. Alison says bring it back. Nadine says yep. Sandra Prescott, that sounds like a plan. Andrea says everyone that has a conversation about Bassline has asked for a reunion. So Yardy, reunion.
Yeah, and to add to that, Leroy Price, Jay Seeley on YouTube as well. Everybody,
Big up 5.
Let's get the breaking news. Let's get the breaking news on Set the Trend podcast. Yardy, reunion.
Virgin, wait and see where the team goes, innit?
No, but you can make it.
Yardy. This reunion will be roasting, bruv.
We'll be grilling. Yeah, we'll turn on the grill.
So that's a Bassline reunion. What about a reunion of Yardy back on a radio? And I know you said wait and see, who knows if the opportunity comes. Ray, you've got one of the best breakfast shows streams.
And it's good format. It's live. It's exactly what you're speaking about.
Yardy, listen. Yardy knows my mum. Anytime he's ready, he knows.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
It's cool.
But Yardy, it's the real breakfast show that Yardy presents, yeah? So Ray, be careful because he said it.
He might take it over.
Man can't come on again. The numbers will dip.
Where's the suit tonight? Give me the suit tonight.
Hey, my name. I'm a name can't change. Original.
Days, Yardy. We got to finish soon, right? But tell me, what is one of your biggest achievements that you think that you achieved out of Bassline and secondary out of sound system and promoting?
I was waiting for that question. All night I've been waiting for that question.
UMA.
Urban Music Awards. We got Jordan.
Best radio station, yeah. Best DJ. Which one? What was it for, Yardy?
Best radio station.
Yeah. And you were competing against quite a few big names.
And I remember everything.
I remember it very, very well.
Garage everything. And for all those who don't know, UMA Awards is now officially mobile.
Yeah, this is a big
for those who don't know, that's why it resembles the same way they got the letters. The only reason why they had to change their name is because on this award night, another sad night. Yeah, there was shots fired outside the Barbican and they lost their sponsors. So to get new sponsors.
Jordan, they did come back. They have come back. And
they came back mobile. But this is the proudest moment.
Yeah.
Best radio station. Best. 2004.
Well,
and your plaques on your wall as well.
Oh, man.
Can we see them again?
I can see one in the background. It's got more plaques than me. Well done, man. You got to salute that.
Proudest moment. Yeah, big up Mike T. Me and him walked on the stage, man. because of that shooting, it never went on BBC One, man. Peed.
Wow.
Yeah, peed.
One of the trouble.
That's some commercial radio politics going on there, mate.
Yeah, because they were so happy when that went off. They was happy as pie because that was the way to lock off all the underground awards that were being achieved on that night.
Yeah.
That was something big, like what you guys are doing, trying to lock down our history. That was something big for that time. Yeah, to register and award the people that have contributed to the game. Yeah, and our first night, mate, messed up. But yeah, that's my proudest moment.
So what about as a promoter?
Citizens twice.
New Year's Eve? Was that New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve and Bassline anniversary.
Who did you have on the bill at that one?
At the anniversary.
And Citizens was in Wandsworth. It was across the road from South Thames College. For those of you on Wandsworth Road who don't.
Yeah, any of you been there? We had upstairs, downstairs jam.
That's right.
Yeah, twice. Yeah, the anniversary was just Bassline DJs, strictly business, and G Money. That was on that one. And on the New Year's Eve, straight Bassline. Straight Bassline.
Any regrets?
Nah, I'm glad to come out of it the way I did. I came out of it with no mix-up. I never lost no respect. I never lost my title. I left it. I didn't want to leave it like that, but the way it happened, I'm happy, man. At the time with my mum, she lived more, another 7 years, actually. So, you know what I mean? So, it was a good time for me because she got a granddaughter as well. Might not have made that if I was still doing radio.
And you remember, and you remember how much cussing that you used to get out of that? Yardy,
Yardy have so much girl, and he ain't got no baby.
And you know, it's so good.
Man, don't believe that man could travel with condom in his car. You know, man, we're loose. Yeah, man ain't loose out there.
And you know what was so surprising for me and was gratifying was to be booked for a DJ gig in the most random town in the UK, and who walks up to me? Yardy. Yo, wagwan. Come on, man. Come on.
You know how it goes, man. If there's anything going on anywhere where I'm at, man, I'm gonna be where that is. You know what I mean?
That made my night, man. I was like, wow, amazing.
But my message to any DJ getting in the game: 2 ways to make it. Yeah, you could be that sound that likes to beg man for dance, or you could be that sound that builds his name up and gets the credibility and the call up when it's ready. Yeah, that's all I could tell any young sound or DJ building up themselves right now. Yeah, but remember, nothing beats building up your cred and waiting for your time. Because when you wait for your time, it lasts longer. You rush your time, you can still be in it, but you never really hit your heights. Yeah, you're a background man. Take the fire to them. Build your name, build your brand, push yourself. You understand?
DJ Yardy, I think that's the best place to leave it in for now. I know you got loads more to say, but we've really got to go. We want to invite you back on for a round table. There's some people mentioning with Mark in there, and obviously
bring in the general, yes.
There's some other people in there. You're up for that, yeah?
Hey, you need Mark, and you need After Dark as well, man. You need to bring in them man there. Yeah, you need to bring in them man there.
They have to give their side of the story.
Yeah, because right now, there's man them out there that were active, like they had sounds, but you had man them that had sounds, but were movements. Yeah, I can travel all night. I'm bucking up with my After Dark brothers. Yeah, from north, south, east, and west. It's all a race sometimes. Right, where did you reach it? Yeah. And Mark is the key. Mark set me on that road. You understand? Big up Dominic. Hey, enough people know. You can't see me.
Chris is in the chat room as well. Chris is in there.
Chris Vibes is in there.
Yeah,
hey, big up all my Bassline DJs. All my Bassline DJs. Big up the mystery girls. Hey, Miss Diamond. You don't know. You set the place alight when you come round. Slow Jam Queen. Yeah? Everybody that put in, big up yourself. See the man them in the shadows? Jeez. Nothing but love.
Big up the man them in the shadows. DJ Yardy, thank you for coming on to Set the Trend podcast. Hey, bro.
We knew it was going to be a hot one.
I hope you recognize we've put some respect on your name tonight, brother. So
Yeah.
I can work with that, man. I can work with that. Yeah, I can work with that.
All right. Cool. So we'll have you back.
Everyone be safe, man. Everyone be safe and live good.
Thanks a lot,
Yeah.
DJ Yardy.
Bless.
Wow, in that respect. Yeah. My days.
Madness.
That was my funniest podcast ever. I had so much fun on that podcast.
And it was good to hear some new revelations about you as well.
What was interesting though is that we kind of knew before we did this show that this show was going to be this show. We've been saying Yardy, DJ Yardy, and we've been laughing. And look, I got my popcorn ready. He got his hot pepper sauce. You got your water. It was like we knew it was going to be one amazing show. Very, 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 very.
And remember that you can view back the show. It's going to be on our YouTube channel, Set the Trend Podcast. You can view it back, so it's not gone. You can view it back and have loads of laugh and share it with your friends. Set the Trend Podcast on YouTube. Like and subscribe to the page. That's where you get all our interviews with everybody who is anybody in the sound system culture or has affected our street sound culture in any way, shape, form, or manner. That's where you get the lowdown on that.
Can I say a big up to everybody who's been bringing in the comments and engaging with the stories? They've been absolutely amazing, and it's so funny. Like every time somebody's mentioned something, bring back memories. So big up to all those in there.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. That
was funny.
Let me tell you something. I just, oh my days! It brought back so many good memories.
Yeah, I could tell that. I could tell you were very big on the roasting.
The roasting was funny, man. The roasting was funny. And the one that Yardy said, I was calling Yardy. Actually, I don't know if I was calling Yardy because I don't know if I'd pick back up that mic with the Monday and dance. But it was funny still. It was a big up dub plate mix in the building still. Big up yourself, brother.
Pamela, there's loads people. Even people tuning in from America, people tuning in from Jamaica, people tuning in from other parts of the world. So big yourselves up.
And that's what we mean by somebody. He gave his story and you could clearly see how he had set the trend in different years. You know what I'm saying to you? And that's what we're talking about. That's why we call the show Set the Trend. And it's a homage to people who have set the trend over years. They've done something in the industry, in the culture, to set the trend and to move it on to somewhere else. And DJ, I mean, he showed his award at the end of the day. And that award from that awarding body is not one that traditionally our set of radio stations would have been
never.
Yeah,
I
like the plaques on the wall as well.
Yeah,
wasn't not one, not two.
That's standard. That's standard.
5 or 6
That's standard. That's standard.
He's got more than Reggie.
Yardy knows. Yardy knows.
Not quite, but yeah.
Standard behavior for him. But the plaque is a Champions League plaque. For all community radio stations, that is the equivalent of a Champions League cup. So well done, DJ Yardy. Producer, can we get our show next week? What we got on next week on right on here, please? Because next week is a big show as well. Boy,
just get it's just as big.
Hey,
wow!
We have it. We have a 2-part show. We're gonna have Freddie Krueger on. He's got a new film out, and it's on Amazon Prime right now. You can rent and buy it, and he's gonna be talking about his new film, which has got Kane Brown, Judy Love, Vanessa Feltz, and who else did you say, Reggie?
Ben. Which is
Ben.
Vanessa Feltz's partner.
Right. And they're on it. And there's some other people on it as well. And Freddie's going to talk about that as well. So we got support. So he's on next week. And then we have our show where the females take over. We have Alice Bandakravi from BBC London. You will notice her when she's presenting the news at 6 o'clock. She's here next week, Saturday, to talk about her love of slow jams and soul music. Alana Marie, one of the newest, freshest artists. Maria, sorry.
Yeah.
It's the drink. It's Alana Maria. I can see play. I'm gonna check my uncle about that. That's the second time. That's the third and fourth time that he's done that. Alana Maria, singer-songwriter. She'll be here. She's one of the freshest artists out on the block, and she's gonna talk about her love for soul, trap soul, and all the music going as it goes. So we're gonna have a frank conversation with her. Alicia Scott as well, singer-songwriter.
All the way from Wales.
She will be in the building as well as, and we'll be talking to her about her love of soul and reggae soul as well. And from the US, we're adding another segment to the podcast. So we're having a live act on the podcast, all the way from the United States of America. We have Cy Smith, singer-songwriter, will be in the building performing live for Set the Trend podcast.
Amazing artist.
Chat, Log it. Hey, these old memes don't die, you know. I know. They don't die. They just don't die. They just don't die. Lads, that was a great show. I don't care what anybody says. Listen, let me just tell you, when you're in the moment that we're in now, and we're in a lockdown, and we haven't had a lot to be cheering for. We've had 100 and odd thousand people that have died. Captain Tom's died this week. He's another gentleman that's gone after he raised 30 odd million for the NHS. It's just a sad week. It's a sad week. It's been a sad weeks as it goes. For how many? It's nearly 50 odd. You know, we're nearly coming to a whole year, and it's been sad. So when we get shows like this, definitely, I don't know about anybody else, but that's really rejuvenated some of my spirit. It's given me jokes. You know what I mean? It's giving me some vibes to go on with. You know what I mean? I even think I know the situation room for tomorrow.
Roasted, and ladies of the night. All the telephone calls.
And I think on that, we've really got to get Roger Bailey and the After Dark crew to talk about this prostitution business. That DJ Yardy.
He already said that he doesn't know anything about it. He's
listen, Roger's clever with his words. Roger Bailey's had PR training for a while back, so I'm not quite sure.
He's an old Tennessonian like me, so he definitely has.
What was your moment from the show, Reggie?
For today's show,
what was your moment?
Just laughing about the stories about yourself and learning about the interaction of what you guys managed to achieve, you know, as Bassline FM and doing the dances and stuff like that. And I didn't know that he, was one of your people who kind of like schooled you on radio. I didn't know.
Yardy. Well, I don't know if he schooled me on radio so much.
Yes, he did.
But I don't know if he schooled me on radio so much. Yardy was Yardy. I never really followed that, but he definitely helped me and schooled me when it comes to promoting.
Oh, sorry, promoting. Sorry, that's bad.
He definitely helped me along the way. That, and I will always be grateful for that. So, big up yourself, DJ Yardy. Yeah, EastEnder. I mean, your moment was when you got badded up.
Oh you got done. EastEnder got done.
I was expecting that, but I didn't really want to, fight fire with fire. That's not really my style, So,
Shut up. You were bricking it. You were bricking it.
Don't worry. EastEnder's saving the energy for the post-production meeting.
Yardy's loud. Yardy's loud. I'm like, I'll deal with that later. But he did give me the warning before. Yeah, I'm going to fire some shots at you. I'm like, okay, cool. But no, the whole show was good. Many good moments. I love hearing back the story about the dance where Barry White dropped the mic. I thought that was like,
that was funny. That was funny.
Barry White was chatting with his eyes closed, bro, just chatting and ribbiting. And when he look up and he see when he see the brother with the thing, I'll never forget that. I will never forget that one. I will never forget that. That was funny. Oh, damn. Well, guys, I think that's it. Share and subscribe. Like our YouTube page. Go there. We want to get subscriptions up on that. Go over to our YouTube page. Set the Trend podcast. And remember, we're all about the culture. That's what we're here for. And we're going to sing the culture's praises till the cows come home, as they say. It was a great show. I think it was a roasting show, lads. Oh my days. Gents, I will see you. Reg, what you got going on this week? Quickly.
Same, it's like Groundhog Day. Got my radio show tomorrow, 8 p.m. till 10 p.m. on London Soul Radio, and also Monday, 3 till 6 p.m. And then just the usual work stuff that I'm getting on with, and that's about it, really.
EastEnder, the week after Valentine's Day, can you tell us the show after Valentine's, this following Saturday, which is 30th, I think it's the 20th.
20th.
Special, one of our special guests on the 20th is who?
Mr. Donald Jones, R&B legend.
And we'll be talking to him about he's got a new album coming out, so we're going to be talking to him about that. So that's Donald Jones, and also we'll be talking all things serious on that day as well.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Giving him a heads up.
We'll be talking, for those of you who are still here, we'll be talking about COVID and about the vaccine, about whether or not our community should be showing more urgency in taking the vaccine. We'll have some special guests in their field. I cannot answer that. That's not something
they're quite esteemed guests, actually.
Yeah, so they'll be here answering your concerns on that, and that's the week after, and that's on the 20th. That's the big show. And what you're going to be doing this week? You're doing your Tuesday. You're doing your thing, right?
Tuesday, my Facebook live stream, and again this week, quite busy with meetings on top of meetings on top of meetings.
Did you have that meeting this week?
Very good meeting we had, but before the meeting started, they said, "Can we keep this private and confidential until a couple more meetings? We'll be able to talk about it." So I can't say anything about it at the moment.
Okay. Right.
His media training's working then.
What am I doing? And it does. What am I doing this week? I just come straight to the studio from a house rave. Big up Antonio Pascal and Wigman, who had their birthday stream. It's live now. I think it goes on until 2:00. You had Jumping Jack Frost, I think, is on there. Super D is on there. CKP, Angie B, DJ Creed,
what's the name of it?
Antonio, just go to Afro Soul London if you still want to rave now.
Hold on, there's Lolly and them not good. When's that gig happening, that live thing?
That is happening at the end of the month, I think, on the 27th, 27th of February. And that's another one coming. I can't remember who's on the lineup because I can't get the...
I saw you on the bill.
I am on there. Studio's on it, and I know that Lolly's on it. I can't remember who else is on it. Yeah. And that's a live that is coming as well. So I did that before I came to the studio. So big up the guys on that, Antonio Pascal and Wigman, the big man. Birthday greetings. Tomorrow, Sunday morning, I'll be up bright and early. You can catch me between 9 and midday with the breakfast blues and the situation room.
Are we getting another Bible sermon?
only if they're naughty in the chat room. If they're naughty in the chat room, I'll have to chat up and I'll have to go and draw for my mum's Bible and get another verse for them. But if they're behaving, it's cool. You know what I'm saying to you? I won't be preaching. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. The chat rooms on Facebook, the chat room on YouTube. Thank you very much for taking part in it. It wouldn't be the same without you guys, trust me. And we wouldn't be doing this if you weren't there. So spread the word, spread the love, and like, share, and subscribe. Set the Trend podcast. Right, we're out of here. Guys, I'll see you next Saturday.
Love, blessing one and all. Stay safe, stay strong.
Peace.